Welcome, everyone, to the Trojan Tundra in Bourbon, Indiana for tonight's Hoosier North matchup between the Knox Redskins and the Triton Trojans. I'm Andy O'Hara. Alongside me is Kaden Atkins, Tyler Amsden, Kaden Hummitch, Kenny Barnhart, and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network, broadcasting on YouTube and the IHSAA Champions Network. Tonight, we feature a battle between two evenly matched conference opponents as one team tries to right the ship and as the other one looks to get back-to-back wins for the first time this season. Knox comes in following a few strong weeks in conference play, taking LaVille to the wire, only losing by a failed two-point conversion. But they had the Lancers' number all night. Then last week, taking down Pioneer in a very strong scoring output as they ride the momentum here tonight on the road. Russ Radke is at the helm, out in 46 seasons as a head coach in the state of Indiana, has his teams fired up as they look to continue again to gain momentum leading into sectional play. Triton finds themselves here tonight and in this one, trying to bounce back after a tough loss a week ago. They faced a very tough opponent who's vying for a conference championship here tonight up at LaVille. Triton has had a week to bounce back and right the ship after penalties, turnovers, and some struggles on both ends of the field found them on the losing end against North Judson. Rodney, Younis, and his coaching staff know what they have in this crew dressed in blue and gold here tonight. Look for them to have their Trojans fired up as they get ready to go to do battle here tonight. Kayden, we saw a very tough North Judson team really kind of handle Triton last week. These guys here need to bounce back if they want to have a chance to win this game here tonight against Knox.
Yeah, first thing first, hats off to North Judson. I mean, they played terrifically last week against Triton. I mean, they executed almost perfectly from start to finish, and that included 361 rushing yards and a Triton defense that just looked lost out there.
And like I said, Triton, to their credit, they played really well in some moments, but, you got to put it all together. And for this group here, they're capable of moving the ball. They're capable of putting points up. And we saw Anthony Shoes score from 70 yards away. We saw Cole Shively score yet again. But, for this group here, to kind of find some consistency on offense is going to be big against a very good Knox defense.
Yeah, this Knox defense is extremely well. They held Pioneer to only 18 points last week, and a team that only allows 24 points per game, they know how to keep their defense off the field, and that is by having a high-powered offense. This team scores almost 40 points per game and just is excellent at controlling the football.
And you look at Triton, some things he did really nice that we saw him finally got some of the attack through the air started to really kind of work as you saw him. You saw Dante Workman get a catch, and we saw Evan Briles get a catch. Is that they were moving the ball extremely well through the air for them tonight. I think that's one thing they can use in their bag of tricks to really kind of help themselves up in the Redskins.
I think it's going to have to be a balanced attack. Obviously you have your workhorse Anthony Shoe, 1,200 rushing yards, 22 touchdowns. I've harped about it every week. Give this kid the ball, but on top of that, Cole Shively has to be able to see the field, pass the ball, and when his number is called to make these throws, to step in and make these throws.
And you look at Knox, their offense is they run a lot of misdirection. See the counters, you see the sweeps to the outside. They're able to throw out of their offense. They're kind of bunched in. They don't quite spread it out a whole lot, but they are very good at moving the football. Triton's going to have to key in, especially on the interior of the line, and really seal the edge here tonight.
Yeah, Knox likes to run these power plays and toss, sweep, counter, and they do it out of the shotgun formation. So they can get it done in just about every single aspect of the game.
And this Triton defense, last week, we saw them against LaVille. They kind of got, they got the wind knocked out of them against LaVille, and that was a tough game. You saw them doing it against Judson, but we saw Triton bounce back against Bremen. This defense just came alive against Bremen. Tonight, this defense has got to do the same thing because it's only going to get tougher from the rest of the way out here this season.
Yeah, Triton's defense, it's a big old blemish on that record, 62 points, a season high they allowed. And this Knox team is nothing to sneeze at. Knox can put up 62 points in any given game, and I think if Triton isn't prepared and ready to go defensively, that could very well happen. Knox can just get going, control the ball, force turnovers, and they could run away with it.
And like I said, our defense, yes, the Triton defense has a lot of talent. They can do a lot of things, but this Knox team is very good. I understand their record may be, 4-3. They may have some losses on their record, but this is a very good Knox team. I mean, they do things well. They don't quit. There's no quit in this team, and very well coached, obviously, with Racky there with his 46th season. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's got a good team under him, and there's a lot of good athletes. And yes, and I talked to Coach Younis about when they played against Laville. And I mean, Hostrauser said, that was a game you have to be focused on. Knox is going to make you work from start to finish.
Right. I don't think that the 4-3 is just a record for Knox. I mean, look at their losses. Lost to Rochester 46-48. That's just a 2-point game.
Yep.
That could have gone either way in the final seconds. Judson, 26-0. One of Judson's lower scoring games of the season, believe it or not. And then, like you just touched on, Laville, they lost by 1 point. So these losses could very easily be wins. They could be 5-2, 6-1, just like that.
I mean, and you look at this group here, and like I said, very good team. Trying to get testing back-to-back weeks. The rest of the way out, and you played against Knox. You played against this final stretch, this brutal final stretch that Triton's got to face. For them to want to even vie for a sectional title or, make some noise in sectional play, which I know this team wants to do, they've got to find a way to play against these really good teams and how to respond in back-to-back weeks.
I think this is going to be a very good telltale of how these Trojans have matured over this season. Started off hot against South Central, then they lost to Laville. Then they go on to win 4 straight and then lose to Judson. How do you react after such a loss and propel yourself towards a playoff push?
So with that being said, this conference matchup is all set as two evenly matched teams get ready to face off here in this one. Will the Redskins go on their first winning streak of the season, or will the Trojans get back to the win column? Find out next right here on the Triton Trojans Sports Network.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Commissioner, where do we start? We have unified football, flag football, or we're in the regional round. We have cross-country sectionals, tennis semi-state, the football pairing show. Not a lot going on at the IHSAA, it sounds like.
Yeah, just a few things going on, but I always will say, isn't it great? Activities and participation is something that we celebrate. And, Coach, you just finished up a great weekend with girls golf. We had a young freshman student athlete, Ava Bunker from Columbus North, shot a 69 in round one and followed that back with a 73 for a 142 to be a ninth grader to win the girls golf state championship.
Yikes.
At Prairie View. Phenomenal weekend, too. Weather-wise was phenomenal, but Ava, she played well.
She played exceptionally well. As we've talked about before, not an easy course. And you talk about handling pressure at such a young age. That's amazing.
It is amazing, and that second day gets tough, and we often see that. That's growth and students handling the pressure as the competition gets tougher. But Ava walked right through that and played well. So congratulations to Ava and her state championship in Columbus North. And I have a feeling that we'll see Ava back on that podium again during her 4 years of high school. So.
I think you might too. Unified flag football got started. Everything went great. Had some tremendous games, and what a fun event! What an important event for everybody involved in the IHSAA.
It is. When we take, we often celebrate the traditional student athlete, but when we have an opportunity for students that have a physical or intellectual disability to put on their school uniform and be part of a team, and that's not just going out and playing on the field. That part of a team is being recognized in a pep assembly. It's sitting at the flag football table in the lunchroom with your teammates. There's multiple things that go along with that, and again, it's just opportunities for students to grow in that second classroom, and we want our unified students to be able to do the same, and we're going to continue to look for opportunities for participation. But yeah, we're going to celebrate the flag state championship here in a couple weeks up at Westfield at Grand Park, and again, hand out a little more hardware.
Well, you have other championships that you're inching toward. You have another busy weekend this weekend.
We do. We've got our boys and girls soccer sectional championship Saturday is this week. So those punch your ticket games will be throughout the day Saturday to be able to advance to the regional. Boys tennis semi-state is going on, so we're a week away from a state championship. And then obviously, Coach, Sunday, prime time viewing Sunday afternoon. Coach Lovell and Paul Condry are going to break these brackets down for our football tournament series coming up, and it's going to be a good one.
Well, what's cool, number one, is to be asked to do it. It's an honor to be asked to do it. And secondly, I think when you put it in perspective, we might be one of the few state associations that does something on this scale and does it as well as we do it. And it is such an important day for everybody involved in football to find out who you're going to be playing, where, and when. There's so much on the line for this pairing show.
It is. And, we know from the watch parties where teams get together and have a little pizza or, some chicken wings or whatever they have. But it's just one more opportunity for fellowship with your teammates, Coach, and your show. Everybody's sitting there. They're watching the draws. They're going to hear you read the brackets. And then on Monday, they start planning on how they're going to make their path to the state championship. And, what's great about it is, in this state, the dream is still alive for so many as we get to this Sunday. It's not like we're sitting here saying this team's a lock and that team's a lock. That's not the case. This is going to be a wide open bracket this year, and that dream for student athletes to win a state championship is going to be alive for so many, which I think is going to add to the excitement of the tournament this year.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
community and the entire staff and student body of Triton Junior Senior High School, we welcome Knox as our guest at tonight's contest. Triton Junior Senior High School and Knox are playing this event through an agreement entered into by both schools. As members of the IHSAA, both schools have agreed to abide by the bylaws of the IHSAA to ensure the highest possible standards of conduct during this event tonight. Our officials for tonight's contest are Robert Bryant, Holly McCamick, Jeffrey Farrell, Jeffrey Pavey, and Trent Toko. We ask that all fans and players demonstrate an attitude of good sportsmanship throughout today's contest, no matter what personal feelings of loyalty they may have toward one team or the other. Disruption of this or any athletic contest will be grounds for removal and the possible exclusion from attending future events. Your cooperation is appreciated. Thank you. We'd also like to thank the crew working the chains for tonight's game: Drew Westifer, Chet Irvine, Joe White, and Leon Kaufman. Get all the scores from the IHSAA Football State Tournament at ihsaa.org. For the latest high school scores, stats, news, and notes from around the state, visit ihsaa.org. On behalf of the Indianapolis Colts, good luck to all teams in their quest for an IHSAA state championship. The Indianapolis Colts are proud to be the presenting sponsor of the IHSAA State Football Tournament. Farmers Insurance is a proud sponsor of the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Call 800-FARMERS or visit farmers.com to find a local agent. We are insurance. We are farmers. To further promote the game of football, the Indianapolis Colts have developed myindianafootball.com, the official Indiana high school football and cheerleading website of the Indianapolis Colts. Each team in the state has their own page on myindianafootball.com, and the Colts want you to join and help promote your school by adding photos, videos, and news. Visit myindianafootball.com today to get stats, news, photos, and more from the 39th Annual IHSAA Football State Tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you would please rise, face the flag in the north end zone, and if you can, gentlemen, kindly remove your hats as the Triton Marching Band will honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, welcome everyone here to the Trojan Tundra here tonight. As I'm Andy O'Hara, alongside me is Tyler Amsden, the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler, and Kaden Hummitch with us. But yet we got another guy up here tonight. Tyler, we got the accelerator, Hunter McIntyre.
It's good to be up
heading
here, guys.
back. It's good to have him back. As we got our kind of full crew up here tonight, we'll go through our starters here tonight on offense for the Knox Redskins. At the 2 tackle spots, you'll have Isaiah Jones and James McNeil. And you talk about big bookends, guys. Those are 2 big guys. We saw them during lineups. Landon Howard and Brandon Manuel at the 2 guard spot, and Keaton Fost at the center spot. Cohen Watson, the man under center. And you talk about a 3-headed backfield, very talented backs in the backfield of this Knox offense with Conroy, Xavier Roman, and Miles McLaughlin, and the 2 tight ends, Alex Wackel and Eric Griffo. So in Triton, of course, the 2 bookends, Ethan Howell and Cam Shively. Conley and Lemler, the 2 guards. Brady Snyder, the man in the center. Shively, the man under center for Triton. Anthony Shue in the backfield. Javen May, Cole Irvine, Dante, the mechanic Workman, and Evan Bryles rounding out the offense. And of course, these 2 defenses. See what they throw out there with Eastside Lemler, Cam Shively, Josh Lemler, and Evan Bryles, the guys along the line for Triton. With Riley the Lumberjack Wood, with Trent Conley, Brady Cunningham, Landon Lemler, Cole Shively, Cole Irvine, and Amari Snyder all featured on defense as well. Trenton Hartle, Tristan Kutchell at the nose guard spot, Trishka at the other tackle spot, and the other end, Schwant. Linebackers are Logan Taylor, Kaden Reisner, and Bryce Yankauskas. Connor Winsack, Layden Cole, Rowan Jordan, and Alex Trishka, the rest of the starters out there on defense for Knox. So, okay, Hunter, you both played in this game. We'll start with offense. You put right against these guys. These Knox players, they hit.
Oh, yeah,
and you got to play, I believe, the first year Radke kind of came down. His guys still came out and they hit hard.
Oh, yeah. When you play Knox, you always know they're going to come at you all 4 quarters of the game as hard as they can. They're always a quality opponent. I always look forward to playing them because you already know you're going to get their best every minute of the game.
And then, Tyler, we're going to go to you on defense on this thing. They throw a different look at it. Yeah, it's all kind of compact, but they can do a lot of things out of that bunch formation.
Yeah, you just can't get lost in the traffic like we did last year. They were doing these little trick plays. The quarterback kept on keeping the ball and running up the middle, and our linebackers just weren't reading it right. So I think if we read the plays, take our time, do your assignment, and then just focus on what you have to do, it will be a good game.
So the officials out there tonight, we'll have Robert Bryant, the head official, out there with Holly McCamick, Jeffrey Farrell, Jeffrey Pavey, and Trent Toko. The officials out there tonight as they get fired up back deep to return. It'll be Conroy and Xavier Roman back deep. And you talk about 2 guys that can take off and run. These are 2 speedsters. They're quality runners. Shively gets ready to send it as the wind blowing from the west here tonight may play a factor. Shively sends a boot deep down the field. Conroy's going to take it inside the 5. He's going to try to find some space. Has some blocking up front. Conway weaving his way through, and he'll get brought down just past the 30-yard line.
That's a great return there by the Redskins start off the game.
And that's one thing. Triton's done a lot better covering kicks, but the up-front blocking by Knox on the way through there, that was extremely impressive. But Conroy, a very good runner, showed it off there.
Watch Riley Wood right here. He's already leading his guys, talking to them, keeping their heads up.
I've watched my fair share of Trojan football, and Riley Wood has been big time for this defense this year. He's always bringing up his teammates, making sure everybody's on the same page. He's a big piece of this Triton secondary.
So 1st and 10 now from the 32 as Conroy leads his troops up to the line.
Zoom in a little bit.
Going to mute you.
Sure.
So Conroy goes to work out of the shotgun. Conroy goes up to the right side there.
Way to plug that hole right there.
Watson, the quarterback, rather.
All 11 blue jerseys.
And see, that's the kind of thing we kind of watch in film. They got to find a way to contain that outside and really seal the edge, and so those linebackers interior can get there to bring the guy down.
Wayne did a good job by containing that, not letting them boot outside, and then the linebackers did a good job flowing right to the right spot.
Wayne, we give him that nickname, the missile. He's got a nose to tackle every single time whoever has the ball, he's coming. He's coming. He's honing in. He's heat seeker.
I've been very impressed by Wayne this year. I love watching him play.
Watson goes down under center, 2 backs to his right. Goes a counter up the middle. That's McLaughlin finding his way almost to a first down. It's going to be about a yard shy, I believe. And that'll bring
watch out for that counter. That counter is deadly.
And they disguise it so well. That's where those middle linebackers got to key in. See, we are our first 3rd down attempt of the night. Triton's done well against teams on 3rd down this season. For the first, I believe, 4 weeks, only allowed 2 3rd down conversions through 4 or 5 weeks of the season this year. Watson goes right up the middle. McLaughlin has space. He's going down the far sideline. Shively, the last man to beat. He's going to try to push him out, and McLaughlin's going to get to the touchdown. Oh, they're going to say he's out? They're going to call a touchdown.
Ooh.
Big run there.
That's a big run.
Yeah, gaping hole up the center.
Yeah.
58-yard touchdown run for Knox.
On that?
He didn't get it. Uh-oh.
Man.
He got the end of it.
Couldn't ask for a better way to start off the game for the Redskins here with a big-time touchdown run to get all the momentum in their favor.
And, you know, and Knox, they can hit that home run ball. Watching film this week, this is a group that can get out and they can score. I mean, they did it against LaVille. They moved the ball against them. Pioneer moved the ball extremely well against them as well. Triton's got to be ready to go as Knox is going to go for 2 here to start.
Running back steadily. He is fast.
McLaughlin, probably the fastest guy on the team, gets as Watson's going to keep it, and he'll punch it in, and Knox goes up 8-0 as Triton's offense has got to come out and answer the bell after this one.
Landon Lemler was right there. He just needs to be a tad faster on the outside.
So for you guys, does the cold weather play a factor as far as wanting to go up and tackle and hit? What's that like as a player trying to go make a big hit like that?
I mean, for me, having it cold, I mean, everything hurts more. I mean, headache, everything hurts more. So, I mean, you just kind of have to tone it out and just, pretend like it's 80 degrees out and it's middle of August. I mean, you have to tone it all out and play the best game you can.
Once you get running around, though,
you warm up
pretty hot.
Good. You warm up real good.
You're steaming and you're steaming on the sideline.
So Triton, we'll see what they throw back there, back deep to return. Anthony Shoes out there. Dante Workman.
I miss huddling up against the guys, though, on the sideline when it's really cold.
Oh, yeah.
Amari Snyder's back there lined up with Workman evenly spaced. And Reichert and Shoe across the way, both lined up there at the inside the 20. Well, we got a different kicker tonight. So I believe it's Conroy's going to do the kicking. But Triton, that front line's got to be ready because if I'm Knox, I might try to catch Triton off guard because, Triton has kind of slow going to get their drive started in the first parts of the game till about halfway through the first to the second. I mean, I take advantage here.
Mm-hmm.
And Conroy is going to drive to the middle of the field. Wayne Reichert calls for it, muffs the kick, and I believe Knox fell on it. That one went off the chest, just kind of bounced weird for Wayne Reichert. Came up weird. Did you get that one? No. Okay.
See, in this
instant
situation,
replay's not working right now.
In that situation there, we've got to have better communication from our second line there.
Looks like he tripped when he was trying to get it to.
He kind of went up there just kind of tracking it down and kind of just bounced out of his hands.
One thing I hate is taking short balls, trying to run up on a kickoff. It scares me. I bet it scared him a little bit there. Don't worry, though. Got to shake it off, come back.
First and 10 from the Triton 31. Right back to Conroy, and he'll get a couple yards on the carry.
Good tackle by Evan Bryles.
And Evan Bryles, he's one that those long arms and how strong he is, he can do a lot of things extremely well. And he's done a great job at that defensive end spot this year and at tight end.
He's been picking up a lot of slack lately.
But right now, if I'm Cam Shively and I'm Riley Wood and Cunningham along those lines, I'm telling everybody, say, hey, we can't control the kickoff. Let's go out here and let's make them pay. Let's shut them down. Watson now working out of the shotgun. He's going to keep it and work to the right side, and Triton's going to seal it well. Eastside Lemler in there to help build the wall.
Great job sealing the edge there.
Same thing with the Eastside, though. Like, he's been doing the same thing that Evan's been doing. He's been playing really good.
I mean, like I said, these underclassmen, I mean, all from top to bottom, the senior group all the way down to the freshmen, there's a lot of good players out here for Triton. And like we were talking before the game as far as like numbers is, we haven't been outnumbered by anybody as far as numbers go on the roster here this year.
That's great to see, especially from a 1A program like this. Numbers are always an issue, and
they're going to have to get up in a hurry here. 12 seconds, 10 seconds on the play clock. Going to go to Xavier Roman. He gets to the outside. He's going to cut in, and a hit by Cunningham knocks him out of bounds, but not after a first down.
They came to play.
And Knox now into the red zone.
Our boys need to wake
knocking
up.
on the door.
Knox has definitely come out of the gates hot here on the Trojan Tundra.
Landon needs to seal that edge so he doesn't have to bounce it out so much where he has to bounce it in and let his linemen and his linebackers clean that up.
So Xavier Roman, I mean, like this three-headed backfield, you can go either way. And like we were talking, Watson can run just as well. Watson's going to keep and try to cut up field and gets inside close to the 5. Second down and
goal. Cool.
they're not quite goal to go. They got
A few yards to go.
Yeah, it should be about second down, and I believe a 5. But Knox right now averaging 14.5 yards per play on 7 plays for 90 yards. So just under 13 yards a play for the Redskins here starting off in this first quarter.
Big chunk plays.
Watson back to work out of the shotgun. Goes to McLaughlin. McLaughlin gets stopped by the Trojan front line, and it will be third down coming up here.
Evan Bryles on it. In on it again.
Twist underneath.
Trojan D-line made a great push there, pushing back the Redskin offensive line. That's all you got to do there on these inside runs.
Got some players tied up. I don't know if we're fighting for. Oh, they're going to say officials timeout. Everybody's kind of tied up. So restart the play clock.
Kind of got worried. I was like,
thought there was a lot of bodies laying on the ground.
Yeah.
Did the ball come loose? What happened?
there's like not moving.
You know, they were snuggling for warmth down there.
Yeah.
There's no wind. There's no wind block down there on that end.
Take your time.
Golly. So now 3rd down and 6 from the 7. Watson going to go to McLaughlin. McLaughlin gets caught right there from behind. I believe that was Javen May with the big play. Raised him down from behind. So 4th down, but hey, you're still 4th down territory for Knox.
I think you're going for. I mean, you went for a 2-point conversion, so I'm pretty sure you're going to go for it right here.
Oh, yeah. No question here.
Triton's defense, be talking. You just stopped him on inside the red zone. Try one more time here, and you guys get the ball back.
I think you're going to see a pass here.
That's what I'm starting to think, too. Maybe a tight end hot coming out of here.
And they like to run those verts straight up in there. Riley Wood, the lumberjack, trying to fire up the home crowd. Watson back under center.
Watch a little, maybe a counter.
Watson out. Here comes he's going to try to bounce it outside, cuts back in. Javen May's got him, but he's going to have a first down. It's going to be just shy of the goal line. And Watson, we saw him last year. This guy sees the field so well as a running quarterback. Knows when to follow his blockers.
Yep.
Knows how to sell that option play. I mean,
it's like Cole Shively. He can sell it pretty good, that little pitch option to Anthony.
Think about this triple option offense. It's so hard, especially on the goal line here. It's so hard when you're the Triton secondary to know whether he's dropping back to throw that ball or he's going to take it up that alley and try to run in for a touchdown.
So 1st and goal from the 1-foot line. Bunch formation for the Redskins. Look, quarterback sneak looks here, and that's what they're going to do. Might have had some movement up front. And they're going to say touchdown, Knox. And the Redskins go up another score here inside.
Early mistakes.
But now if you're the Triton offense defense, now it's just like, okay, we're down 2 scores. Just chip away.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, just move the chains. Get the ball back. Do what we do best. Don't have to go out and get it all. You don't have to get all those points back in one shot. But right now, it's got to work yourself back into it. But Knox coming out very dominant. Something we saw on film is this is a group that can put up points in a hurry.
Yeah, this is probably the dream start for Knox here and the nightmare start if you're the Trojans. You got to start chipping away, change that mindset real quick.
And Knox, we were like Kayden and I said in the pregame, this is a team that could be very well a one-loss team. Minus a few close games, and Watson will punch it in for another 2-point conversion. And Knox goes up 16-0. As Triton has to find an answer here.
Just don't have your heads hanging down low.
I mean, if I'm one of those guys, if I'm Riley Wood, if one of these senior captains, go out there, grab somebody by the shoulder pad, say, hey, we're fine.
Yep.
It's the first quarter. We got plenty of time. We can make big plays, but now we've got to make the big plays. Otherwise, if we can't stop the bleeding here, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, yep.
You definitely can't just talk about it. You got to put those words into action here, or else this game's going to get away from you real quick.
So they'll keep the same group out there. And one thing for me with Wayne Reichert and his mindset, he's not a guy that gets down on himself. He makes a mistake. He comes back just as strong the next time out.
Like I was talking about, you got to have a short memory.
And they're moving them up just a little bit to space things out a little bit. They're going to drop that 3rd line back just a hair.
Yep, they all should move up just a tad.
So now Conroy going to try to drop in the middle again. Zracki has his offense and special teams. That's why they're up on that scoreboard. Prater touched it. Riker picks it up at the 25. He's going to try to bounce it out to the left. Riker trying to cut up field is going to get met and brought down by number 68, Noah Bolin.
Thought he was going to do a little jet sweep to Anthony.
Kind of looked like that at the beginning, didn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll see what Cole Shively and his Triton offense will do coming out here.
Have we seen any trickery on the kickoffs yet this year?
No, just a lot of bad handles and misreads.
You know, there's a lot of
Early
speed on this return team. There's a lot of good runners out there. Just got to look that ball in and be confident with those hands.
Confidence is key.
1st and 10 now from the Triton 34-yard line. Javen made the wing back spot here on the near side. Workman split out right. Goes to Anthony Shue. Shue gets a nice block up front there by Conley. Shue cutting upfield. Anthony Shue still on his feet and gets brought down.
He's gonna I think he'll have a game tonight.
And Kayden Reisner in there to bring him down, but it got tripped up by, I believe, Watson. Held on to his feet, make sure he wasn't going nowhere.
One of the most elite qualities about Anthony Shue as a runner is the ability to stay on his feet. Whether it's using a stiff arm, running over someone, you bet he's going to stay on his feet and keep that ball moving.
He's so balanced.
And his posture when he runs, he's not a guy that really leans when he runs. He stays upright. Anthony Shue trying to cut up field, and then the Knox defense stands tall and shuts off the line. And 3rd down and about medium coming up here.
Wait for I like how the Knox defense, they bounce back. They give up like a big run to 5-6 yards for a big run for Anthony, and then bounce back and denied him an extra, even a yard on that play.
Now, the big thing here, if you're this Triton offense, if you try anything down the field as far as the passing play, you're a receiver, look it in. Tonight, you got to look it in. This is now, you're getting close to that sectional play. You can't have those little mistakes here tonight.
Especially down here, 16-0. It has to be flawless play here.
Shively play action fake, looking down the middle. Bryles trying to get freed up. Shively trying to bounce it outside. He's going to get pushed out inside the 40. Might be a loss of 1 or 2 on the play.
What do you do here, Younis?
He's going to send the punt team out. So Triton 3 and out on their first possession. So now if you're that defense, you're firing them up. And one thing, I mean, you got some good blockers up there, but you've got to hold your own on that line. Back deep to return is Xavier Roman. Cunningham to snap. Shively sends a high kick. Good kick, end over end. Roman lets it go. And Cunningham will let it roll all the way down to about the 16-yard line.
Good kick.
Great.
Where Knox will set up. So now if you're the defense, Tyler Wood, you're Riley Wood, what are you telling your guys to go out there?
Keep your heads up. Bounce back. You forget about last. Don't forget about it, but don't bring that mentality that you had last set to this new set right here.
So we just had big 22 Anthony Shue there out firing up his teammates because even though he doesn't play defense, he's always on his teammates and making sure they're doing what they need to be doing, but in a positive way. He's not bringing them down.
And that's one thing I talked to Anthony after the game last week. He says, man, I'm just going to keep trying to encourage everybody. And, I love that mindset from these Triton leaders. Even when things get tough, they try to fire them up. Let's see what Coach Whitaker's defense does here as 1st and 10 for the Redskins on their own 16. Watson out of the shotgun. Going to go to Conroy. He'll get stopped there. I believe Cunningham in on the tackle. Short gain on the play, but you got to continue to fight. I mean, that Triton defensive line, Tyler, has done so many things so well this year. They've been exciting. You got the claw with Josh Lemler. You got Cam Shively. I mean, the guy's just fantastic on how he plays. He's so strong. His feet, good footwork. And then the ends have played well. This is a game where they got to really open up. That linebacking crew's going to have to back him up pretty good in this one.
Yes, that's what I think. And the secondary, too.
Snyder playing up just right on the rear of the linebacking core. Roman in motion, tries to cut back upfield, and Triton shuts it off. The defensive line stood tall and I think pushed him back.
Cameron Shively had a
great pursuit.
Nice,
Shively there.
And Riley Wood firing up his teammates.
The lumberjack trying to fire everybody up, but Cam Shively, his footwork, I'm telling you, quick as a hiccup. I'm telling you, this guy moves.
I would not want to be on the receiving end of one of his hits coming down the line of scrimmage.
I always thought about
good old Cam
suiting up just to let someone just hit me once, just for comedic sake. But I don't think that I'm gonna let Cam Shively hit me or Riley Wood. I'd be hitting the chiropractor as soon as we're done. But no, these guys here, they hit strong. I mean, these guys have hit the weight room right now. We'll see how that pays off here. 3rd and 10 from the 16. Watson rolls right. Here comes some straight passing. Here, Shively almost got a piece of him. Here comes Cole Shively, and it's going to be close. I think he's going to be short. And 4th down. Good pursuit. Shively just had him just by a hair, almost had him.
That plant step by number 12 there.
What do you do here? I think you go for it.
Oh, yeah.
The moon's out and bright here tonight. It's 4th down, so we'll see what they do here. Long conversation for a punt. 4th down and 2. Knox is going to go for it. 1 for 1 on the night. Triton defense staying put. They're going to blow, I believe, a timeout. Knox as they were letting it rain down. I think that was a good call. See if we can get Triton's defense to bite. But one thing about these guys this year, you're not seeing those guys jumping offside. They are so disciplined on that line. These coaching staff's done a great job of these guys.
That's what Whitaker has been drilling in for the past few years that he's been here, is that discipline mentality for the defense is not to hold your water.
I mean, I like what we do here at Triton, but I love that Gymtown mentality that Whitaker brings down. I mean, for me growing up, I mean, Gymtown was a name. You watch that was a program.
Yep.
I mean, I don't care how little they were. That's a program.
Especially having them in the NSC back in those days, playing them every year. They were a tough challenge every year. And one of the favorite things I've got from Coach Whitaker coming into this program is especially that discipline mentality and holding each other accountable. Because, I mean, on Saturday on film, he'll get into you. If you make a mistake, he'll tell you, and everybody will know. And next week, you're not going to make that same mistake again.
He'll get into you, but then he'll also encourage you, is what I like. Because he knows how much – he knows, like, your potential, and he's not a coach that is just going to write you off.
And I really like this coaching staff. Just always has impressed me ever since I've been calling games here at Triton. Even back to the Ron Brown days. Fruit snacks and juice boxes, man. I'm telling you. I mean,
good old Mr. Brown.
All these coaching staff still impress me. Watson, they're going to go for it on 4th down here. 4th and 2. Watson's going to keep it. He's going to fumble for it. I'm pretty sure.
Who is that? Esai.
Nope, that was Cam. Who was that who brought him down?
That was Esai.
Esai Lemler with a big stop on 4th.
He would not let him go.
Esai Lemler clamped down on him.
I am excited for this young man's future here in the Triton football program. He has done outstanding this entire year.
You're going to start calling him the bull. Just watch this guy bull rush and how he gets through. He wants to get through that line. He's getting through that line. What a play from Esai. Good pursuit along the line to stop him on 4th down.
Oh, my.
Starting with great.
That's how you bounce back, though, for the defense. Next play mentality.
Well, and now your offense has a short field to work with. Best starting field position for the Trojans here tonight.
Yes, sir.
Shively out of the shotgun. Going to keep it himself, trying to follow Anthony Shue. Shively bounces outside. Shively's got some space. Shively down the far side, trying to get the corner, and he'll go in. Touchdown, Triton.
Outstanding run by Cole Shively there. Big part of that, what broke that, Anthony Shue's huge block coming through the alley.
That was a huge block by Anthony Shue right there.
And right there, as soon as we'll have the firework here in just a minute.
That's such a great way to respond for Triton here. Coming in down 16-0, scoring on that first play after the sudden change.
And I like watching Cole Shively run the ball. He slithers through there.
There it is.
Sounds it off.
They got the fire truck right there, too. I'm surprised they're not letting that thing go off.
Hey, I love that the community comes out and does that. I mean, you don't see that everywhere, but I love it. The wrecking crew line up out there for the Trojan, but they're going to change it up. Cam and Cole Shively, they're going to bunch it up a little bit here. Right to Shue. Shue's trying to punch it in, and he's going to get stopped up front. Initially making the hit was Logan Taylor. But that's exactly what you want to see. You made a good stop on defense. Go down and get points out of it. They're making the most of that opportunity. They're trying to right those mistakes. You still have plenty of time, but your defense right now, go back. You got to get them right back like what you did, and just keep playing good defense. So Triton right there, one play, 25 yards, only used 8 seconds. But that makes up. I mean,
yeah, that's
for them 4 carries for 31 yards.
You get ball at half too, so.
And Triton's a team. They just, like I said, after that midway point of the first, they get going through that second. It's got to sustain it all the way through. And once they get that figured out, oh my gosh, this is a group I would not want to run into. But this Knox team, they got out front. They did what they had to do. They're going to play with that lead right here. Just move the chains, run the clock. If you're Knox, Hunter, I mean, if you're Radke, is that what you're telling your group?
Oh yeah, definitely. Can't let that big play by Triton get you down. You got to keep that momentum that you had to start the game.
Shively sends a kick as it goes out the back of the end zone.
Great kick by Shively.
I'll tell you what, at the Bremen game, that ball almost went out on the street.
Tell you what, Cole Shively can do it all. He has a leg. He's got an arm. He can run the ball. Like
that's why he's the X factor, man.
For a reason,
dude. Exactly. Of course, we got Hunter McIntyre up here with us tonight. The Indianapolis connection. I'm sure they're watching.
Oh yeah.
I haven't heard anything. My phone is going. Well, maybe it's gone off once.
Oh,
Always straight with his responses. Watson, 1st and 10 now from his own 20. Goes to McLaughlin. McLaughlin powering through, but Triton's defensive line standing tall again. That's how you want to see this defense respond. You know, you get down, how do you get back? It's only the first quarter. There's no need to call off the dogs. I mean, keep fighting.
I mean, it's only the first quarter. You got 3 other quarters to go.
This is the time of the game where you make a statement. Knox came out and made their statement with 2 quick touchdown drives. Now the Trojan defense needs to start making a statement, getting some big stops here. They already made 1 here. Let's see another.
Watch Knox try to switch something up right here.
Watson's got one guy singled out here to the left. He's going to keep it himself. Triton loses him in the middle, and Watson will have enough for a first down.
It's that quarterback little keep that they're just having trouble with for the 2-point conversions is now here.
I mean, and you kind of see his vision there and how it opens up for him and how he runs. You know, Hunter, for you to see that opening, for a guy to find those holes and run there, that's a skill that you just don't teach.
Oh yeah, definitely having the field vision. I mean, field vision it's an intangible. You can't. It's really hard to practice that.
And it helps when your linemen are just blocking like that. Whole time.
Oh yeah,
5 wide.
I mean it's kind of easy to
yards
read a
open.
hole when you can drive a truck through it.
And McNeil and Manuel really opening up that left side. That takes them from Foast there, that center position. They're opening it up the middle well. Right back in the middle, but Triton's defense stands tall and pushes them back.
That's like all 11 blue jerseys right there.
As we near the final minute here of the first quarter, Knox leading by 10. Tucker Worse from the freight train. He'll come off for a break.
Looks like Josh went in for him, the claw.
And I'll tell you what, I like when those two change. I mean, it's nice. I mean, Tucker can take up space. He's strong enough there in the middle. And then Josh brings a whole different energy, how he blows out of his stance and wraps guys up.
Gives them both a break, and they're both big to the game, too.
An awesome part about having these numbers is getting subs.
Knox is going to use another timeout as they use their second here in the first with 5 seconds on the play clock as they were slow developing there. And
unusual call here. I can bet Coach Rackey's not going to be happy with his communication here tonight.
And we see the other team, the assistants coming out and saying, "What are we doing? What are we doing?" Of course, want to give the Boyers special thanks as we got a new addition to the fence out there.
Oh yeah, it's looking good out there.
Looking good. I mean, hey,
Yes,
appreciate that.
Any advertisement's good advertisement.
Hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. We like it.
And this is great advertisement right here. It's awesome to have the community rally around you. Our broadcast, our team, it's no better feeling coming from a former player.
You know, and a future player even. Well, Jackson was telling me. I mean, he's only 3, and he's sitting there and he says, "They're gonna shoot fireworks off. They're gonna shoot fireworks when I play." So you better tell them to. I mean, but then I think I was talking to Anthony. I believe I was talking to Anthony. He said, "He goes, we love that. We get that. That's a whole nother gear for us."
Exactly. That gives you another reason to play is for your community.
And that home field advantage these last 2 weeks is going to be key. Reverse back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin's got space. The speedster pouncing it outside, and Amari Snyder brings him down.
Great top gear on this kid here.
Did the clock stop?
Yeah. He's fast. He's shifty.
So we got Clark watching from Hawaii. I'll bet he's not wearing a jacket tonight.
No, I'll take the Hawaii weather over the Northern Indiana weather here tonight.
Watson back to work out of the shotgun, 1st and 10. As the final few seconds are ticking away here, they're going to try to get one play off before the end of the quarter. Watson's going to keep it. He'll spin away, and bringing him down, I believe. Josh Lemler was there at the end, but I thought Cam Shively was in on that one. The lumberjack underneath the pile.
Later part of this second quarter, the Trojan defense has done a great job plugging up the holes, making sure number 12, Watson, can't get anywhere.
And that's one thing these linebackers going into this next quarter, they've got to buckle down because, you still got 3 quarters to play yet, but Knox's offense has played extremely well. Give those guys a lot of credit. And their special teams really got them out in front. Triton's got to find a way to answer. So like we said, we got Hunter back in here this week, is doing well over there in Trine.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm loving it there. I definitely see myself, keeping that my home for the next couple of years here before I graduate. So I'm having a great time there.
And he always watches. And another one of our alumni watching on Friday nights.
Oh, yeah, I love watching these broadcasts. I mean, that's the highlight of my Friday night is being able to watch these broadcasts because you guys do such a great job, and I'm so glad that I'm able to see these games because I love watching this team. I love watching these kids because, I mean, I know all of them. I've talked to all of them. I mean, I'm friends with quite a few of them, and I love watching them succeed.
And, that's a credit to Orion and those guys. And we look here on the time of possession, 2 touchdowns to start off there for Knox to start off the game, and Triton turnover and downs. They're on their 4th drive, scoring on 2 of their 4 drives thus far. Triton fumbled on that opening one. They had to punt and a touchdown. They got to find a way to make more of those offense possessions. As Watson goes back to McLaughlin. Lemler trying to wrap him up. Lemler can't quite get there. McLaughlin spins away. Cunningham's got him, but I think he's going to be just shy of a first down.
Great move by McLaughlin there to stay on his feet with the spin move, almost making it to the down marker.
And I was talking to our stats guys over here for Knox, and I was talking to them, and he said, you watch this guy's speed. Well, McLaughlin, the opening, I think he's only a freshman. He came out opening game against Winnemac, took the opening kickoff for the first score of the year.
Yeah, it's big time for a freshman. Another 3 years of that, just going to keep getting better and better.
Some quick speed there for him. 3rd down and just a couple inches for the Redskins.
Watch the quarterback keep.
Conroy, they're going to fake it to him. McLaughlin or Conroy, and Watson tracks his way down. Another Knox first down.
You called it, Tyler. That'd be my play call as well.
Yeah, I mean, they've really been having trouble stopping it.
I mean, you go to it till they can stop it. I mean, if you're Knox, that's your mentality. If the Triton defense is going to struggle with Watson, we're going to go with the hot hand all night.
Same thing with that little reverse, too.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, and they're definitely playing to that tonight.
Knox 6 first downs on the night, all coming from the ground. 22 carries for 149 yards for them.
Great start rushing the ball for the Redskins.
They came to play. They know, move those chains, keep that Triton offense off the field. Conroy's got it. Here comes Cam Shively. Wrap him up, big man.
Great stop there by Cam Shively, bursting through the line, bringing him down for a loss. Those TFLs stack up.
And that was one thing that Younis talked about in his Times Union articles. We wanted more tackles for loss. We want more sacks. We got to get these guys in the backfield. And these guys this year have done that at such a high level.
This defensive line has really impressed me this year.
Shively.
Surprised they haven't attacked the ear more often here.
Right in this one, Evan Brown's leading all tacklers with 6 here in this first half.
Huge first half.
Play action fake. Watson looking downfield. Wackel's not looking for it, and he throws it to the left. Wackel had wide open space. It was just to the left. I mean, look to the right. Miscommunication between.
Good throw, too.
Trojans got bailed out there a little bit.
And that's one thing, watching how this Knox team runs. They really blow up those vertical routes. I mean, you get out there trying. I mean, Tyler, how do you defend those? You just got to. You can't let them get past you, man.
Like they get you stuck on the run game, run, and then they throw a little pass in there, and then the corners are just lost in space.
Snyder and Irvine having a quick conversation. The X Factor trying to fire up the home crowd. 3rd down and long. Going to go right back to McLaughlin, and Triton stuffs it. Landon Lemler trips him up.
Riley Wood and Landon Lemler are in there.
Shoelace tackle there.
Here comes the punt team. The first punt tonight for Knox. As the mechanic will go back inside his own 10. Dante, that's one thing. He's really improved as a returner. His instincts is like, okay, I'm going to let it go. I'm going to take it. He takes it off the field, which is extremely tough. I mean, I played center. I played outfield. It's not easy to take a ball off the ground, but he has done so well reading that this year.
Punt returning is one of the hardest things in football, and he does it pretty well, especially for being a sophomore.
Watson kicks it. Workman's going to take a Triton bounce in through the end zone, and Triton will start from their own 20.
Very wise choice, letting that ball drop there through the end zone.
So 10 play, 43 yards is how far Knox drove that ball, but a lot of time came off that clock. Triton has time to work. There's nothing to panic.
Got 9 minutes.
You're still down 10. You get the ball back after halftime. Go use some clock up here. A long, sustained drive. Wear that Knox defense down.
I'd love to see the Trojans try to grind out the clock here, get some more time of possession, because the Redskins have definitely dominated the time of possession in this game so far.
Got one of the best running backs in 1A on your team, so, I mean, feed him the ball, too.
I mean, the one guy I would keep an eye on, watch out for Javen May. He's got some wheels on the outside. Shue's going to get here to the near side. Good blocking up front. Anthony Shue's got a hole. Anthony Shue. Stiff arms Conroy, but Conroy trips him up. He'll get up to the 50.
Come on.
He's Triton a big chunk play.
Great tackle by Conroy there. That's one thing you got to do with Anthony. Go
Didn't
for
work?
the feet.
Okay.
Because his stiff arm is so strong, you have to go for his knees, go for his ankles, or else he's going to shove you right back where you came.
And that was the right way to take him. I mean, he went low where he needed to go. I mean, he didn't try to go up high because he knew Anthony Shue, like Hunter just said, you don't go anywhere near that stiff arm.
No, I mean,
Right there.
Anthony's got about 70 pounds on Conroy, so he's definitely not going to take him up by the shoulders.
Right back to Anthony Shue. The beast mode trying to punch it through past the 50 and up past the 45 to the 44-yard line for Anthony Shue.
I think we're about to start seeing Anthony get going here.
The way he just reads those holes and he can identify them and just go top speed at them, it's crazy.
And for him, there's no quitting him. He hits the wall. He has that Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
If you can't get through the wall, you can either get around it, you can go through it, go over top of it. He'll find a way around that wall. Anthony Shue running well, but the offensive line for Triton really opening up some nice space for him. Cohen Hensley here bunched up in the left here. Pitches outside to Anthony Shue. Shue trying to cut upfield. Anthony Shue's got a blocker. Stiff arm, still on his feet. Anthony Shue down the sideline, beast mode. Full pull for another Triton touchdown from 44 yards away.
Classic Anthony Shue there, going through the hole, staying on his feet, all the way up the sideline for the touchdown, evading those tacklers. That's a great play by Anthony Shue.
I love how he goes right to his guys and just says basically thank you.
He's always extremely grateful for his guys up front blocking, because without them, he wouldn't be in the end zone.
Oh, exactly, Hunter. I mean, you played running back, very successful running back, as the fireworks sound to let the town of Bourbon know Triton punched one into the end zone. And Triton's going to go for it.
Like I said, Trojans don't need to worry. You're already back in the game.
Definitely. Big momentum swing here for Triton.
Chance to cut it to one possession, even tighter as Shively trying to bounce it outside. Knox handling it well. Shively still strong, but Knox shutting off another 2-point conversion.
That heavy set's just not working tonight. They're just not getting their blocks down.
And Logan Taylor, his pursuit tackling for Knox has been outstanding. He has taken away that outside run.
One thing that teams have had a hard time stopping this year is that heavy set from Triton, and Knox has seemed to figure it out, and that's going to play them good going throughout the rest of this game.
Let me tell you, there's a lot of weight there coming after that wrecking crew lineup. To handle that, though, that's a testament how tough this Knox team is.
Adversity right there.
It's a good testament to how tough Knox's team is and the coaching there. Because, I mean, the coaches have to figure it out first and show them exactly what to do and how to break that tough, heavy set.
No coach has really figured it out.
Nope.
And Radke, in his 46 years as a head coach in the state of Indiana, I'm sure he's seen a couple things since then.
Oh, yeah. He's been around the block a time or two.
He's coached before I was born.
That's crazy.
Well before I was born. I mean, he's been coaching about twice as long as I've been alive.
I mean, I'm 33, so he would have been through a decade by the time I was born. He's seen some trends change.
Oh, yeah.
But Triton on their last two possessions, ending in a touchdown. 3 plays, 80 yards for a minute and 13 seconds on that drive. Give Ben Weemuth and Brandon Haynes a shout-out for the stats here tonight as Shively pushes that one down again. Conroy fumbles it. Here comes the pursuit. Still on live. I think Triton might have fell on it. Oh, no. Then Knox slide underneath it.
Man,
Conroy
tonight,
muffed it. And he somehow comes back up with it. But Kendrick Jones and I believe that Pierce Brookins were knocking on the door to get a hold of that one.
You already know they're itching to get their hands on that ball, turning the tide there in the short field.
That would have been
game changer.
1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line following the muffed kick. Lucky break for Knox, but look for this team to can make the most of their opportunities here. Watson goes to McLaughlin. McLaughlin trying to follow his blockers, and Triton shuts it off well, but a good gain on first down there for the Redskins.
As the game progresses, Triton's starting to learn this assignment football, this triple option. I think it's paying off for him here.
Yeah, but if I'm Knox, I'm not quitting.
And
keep running that play because it's been working, you know.
Conroy goes off. McLaughlin's here on the near side, also checking in on the outside. It's number 4, Nolan Short. Rowan goes out. Might get a hole in this one. Might be coming back. Our first penalty of the game. Almost a quarter and a half without a penalty. Holding on the offense, so the first penalty belongs to Knox, and that'll move him back. That's his break for Triton. So you're the defense, Tyler. Hey, you just got to break.
Yep.
Go attack here.
That's exactly what I'm saying. That's probably what Riley's saying down there. Is like, guys, we're making good plays now, and just keep that going. Keep the snowball rolling around the hill.
And Hunter, you've been on that end. You're on this Knox offense here. I mean, you get a penalty. What do you tell those guys when you go in there after a penalty on offense?
You have to take advantage of the opportunity, especially with this Knox program. They're going to grind that ball out down the field. So when they're backed up in their own end zone, you have to take the opportunity.
I mean, they're averaging just under 6 yards a play. As Watson looks downfield, too high, intended for Logan Taylor.
Watch another pass right here.
Had a nice look in the flat there. Triton, I mean, it was a lucky break for them because Watson was all by himself. That's a first down right there, or a potential to go to get it close to the chains. So 3rd down and 21. Or 18.
I like this little TV right here.
Oh, yeah, it's a good view, especially when we can't see in this north corner.
Hey, it works out good. I like you got more room in here, too.
Yeah.
I love these new bleachers. Unfortunately, the coaching staffs, they got to be outside.
It's a little chilly.
Watson to go to work. Play action fake, looking down the middle of the field. Going to leave it up top for McLaughlin.
Great stop there by Amari Snyder, getting his hand on that pass, making sure that the receiver had no chance of making that play.
And McLaughlin, the speedster, he had a beat on it. If he would have gotten a hold of that one, but I mean, you tipped the ball there.
I thought he was gonna. I thought he did tip it. I thought he was gonna catch it right there too.
I thought McLaughlin, when he turned his head around, I thought, I mean, right there, that guy, once he's going, he's headed to Knox after he touches that ball. I believe he'll probably get there before the bus gets there as fast as this kid is.
He's got some wheels on him.
Watson sends a high kick. It's going to be inside the 50. Workman calling it off. It'll take a Knox roll all the way down to about the 41-yard line.
That was a good punt, though. I thought if Dante could just catch that right there, you save your team about 10 to 12 yards just off that bounce and roll.
I like Dante waving it off there. That would have been a sketchy catch with the Knox defender standing about 6 inches in front of his face there.
That just shows the maturation by the mechanic, problem solving on the way there. Dante does that so well. And that's why, I mean, the mechanic, he finds a problem, he figures it out. He's confident in his decision.
Your partner having a high football IQ, making sure he makes the right decisions is one of the most important things here on special teams.
Now, I asked him about the nickname last night, and he gave me the smile of approval. Say, we'll go with that one. Shyly out of the shotgun. Pitches outside. Anthony Shue leads him well, but good pursuit.
Good tackle.
By Wackel.
What a tackle here.
Oh, excuse me, that was Taylor.
I have a feeling that's a theme for the Knox Redskins here, is going for Anthony's knees and ankles, because that's how you stop a big, powerful running back, because you're not going to be able to take him from the hips up. He will run you over, and they know.
It's been a theme for every team this year.
They're watching their film.
I mean, geez, you see Derrick Henry run, you see Marshawn Lynch run. The only way you can slow those guys down, go down, don't be the hammer. Just try to hold the nail for the hammer to get there, but go at him low. Shue trying to bounce it back upfield. Shue trying to get those yards back. Gets up back to close to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and long coming up.
They've been closing that gaping hole now on this drive. It seems like for the Trojans, the Knox defense is stepping up.
Anthony Shue coming up on 86 yards here on 7 carries. It's a good first half for him here. Let's make sure he can keep it going.
Shively back to work out of the shotgun, showing his right hip. Looking left, Irvine down the field. Cole Irvine calls for it. It's a high pass. Irvine tries to track it down, and they're going to get a flag on the play.
I'm thinking that's pass interference, Andy.
This might be on Conroy. Because I think
I like Cole Irvine, how he was able to track that ball even after he was getting held, and now a penalty we see, but way to track that ball and try to go after it.
The pass from Cole Shively being more of a rainbow kind of helped him out in the long run, because the defender there kind of got a hold of Cole Irvine's jersey and got the PI call, or what we assume is a PI call.
Oh, boy. A lot of talking going on down in Indianapolis. So big break for Triton. Fresh set of downs. Now you got to take some out of here. A chance to take that lead back.
We got bailed out. You got to capitalize.
Shue trying to find cuts a field off to the nice blocking by Evan Briles. Anthony Shue's free. Beast mode. Down the sideline for 6 more. Full pull for Anthony Shue.
And yet again, what broke that one is the big kick-out block by Evan Briles.
Evan Briles showing off those tools he has in that toolbox.
We hear the fire truck going off.
The town of Bourbon's about to find out. Triton punched it in for another one as they take the lead by 2. And Shively will go to kick.
That puts Anthony at 130 yards on the night, 2 touchdowns on 8 carries. Big, big first half so far.
Pierce Brookins to snap. Irvine to hold for Shively. It's down. Irvine gets the hold. And that one drives away. And it'll greet the band as they come onto the field. And Triton goes up by 3. 19-16 on that drive. 3 plays, 59 yards for a minute and 22 seconds. Anthony Shue, 8 carries for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns here tonight.
It's crazy.
This explosive offense is definitely showing us what they can do tonight, especially being down in that 16-0 hole, now up 19-16. That's a great comeback by Triton here in the second quarter.
And that's a testament to your coaching staff, but trusting your leaders to come out and say, hey, you know what? We got down. We got plenty of time to come right back. Just do your work, do your assignments, get back into it. Now, if you're Knox, how do you respond coming out of this one?
Well, I mean, we talked about momentum. Knox came out with all of it, and now Triton has all of it. If they can get a good return here in this kick, maybe punch one in for the halftime ends, that'll start to shift it back in their favor, maybe even give them the lead.
And Knox has shown they've got that home run ability. Triton's keyed in on defense the last few drives. Shively just sent it away again. Line drive end over end. Roman's going to take it there. He'll try to follow his blockers, trying to fall upfield, touching his way through. And Triton will stop him just past the 25. The 26 is where this Knox Redskin offense will come out. And Roman right there. But Triton's pursuit on the special teams, a lot better. But Knox can show they can move that ball on the special teams. This is a very good special teams unit. Triton's going to have to keep that up here the rest of the game.
Watch this offense. I think they're going to try to get the ball going here and score before half.
The official gets his shoe tied. Safety first.
Official's timeout.
A little tied up there. Watson going to keep it and go up the middle of the field as Coach Haynes called it there as Watson goes forward. Rileywood initially makes the contact as the Lumberjacks slowed him down for the X Factor to come in and finish him off. Good team tackling.
Oh, yeah. Slowing down the ball carrier by Rileywood did there, and then having Cole Shively, the last line of defense, come in, wrap up his legs.
Rowan Jordan, number 9, out there now. He'll be split out here wide to the near side. McLaughlin and Xavier Roman.
McLaughlin, 1 yard shy of eclipsing 100 yards in the night already.
Watson again goes through. Snyder brings him down.
One thing I'd love to see from Amari here is getting a little bit lower on that tackle. Sometimes wrapping him up by the shoulders doesn't quite do it. I'd love to see how he comes back in this next play.
Yeah, and you got to be careful, too, because
getting up around the horse collar, getting up around the face mask, that's dangerous.
And, I mean, that's an instant 15 yards down the field you just gave to your opponent. You gotta form tackle there.
Yep, definitely. 7
first downs for Knox here tonight. Goes to McLaughlin. He runs into a pile as Triton stops him. Man, I got up to the, believe, just inside the 45. All right, at the 45, according to the line judges.
Looks like the Trojans made contact there right at the line of scrimmage, but he fell forward for a good gain there.
Said this officiating crew, want to thank them. Like I say every game, without them, we wouldn't be playing on Friday nights. We'd be playing on Saturday or Thursday like they do in some other states. Very fortunate to have them here tonight making the trip up for this one.
I know in Michigan they play on Thursday nights.
Now in California they play all 3 days.
Do they really?
From what I understood. Watson's going to keep and push through. Triton holds. I think Triton held him there.
Triton's not fueled.
And the Lumberjacks fired up. And here's the replay. No, it's not.
Uh-oh.
So third down. I believe 6 to go. Knox on this drive. 4 plays for 19 yards. Chewing some clock. 3:15. Knox 3 for 8 on third down here tonight. Watson out of the shotgun. Goes to the speedster McLaughlin. McLaughlin has space, goes up, and I think he'll have enough for a first down, and Knox.
He like
4 for 9.
Like jumped for 10 yards after he was hit.
Another great instinct we want to see from running back is falling forward, and he definitely did do a great job of that there. Keeping your forward momentum, trying to get those extra 2, 3, 4 yards. That can be what decides games. This is a game of inches, and he knows it.
And for a guy that, speed's your biggest asset as a runner, I mean, that change of pace back, Hunter, I mean, you played running back. You hit the guy like that who hits that pile hard and with that speed, falling forward, it shouldn't be too tough of a task.
Oh, yeah, you definitely want to be the hammer in that situation.
Yeah.
Empty backfield for Watson. Goes back to throw. Looking down the far sideline, Irvine on the coverage, knocks it away.
Good coverage there
Incomplete.
by Cole Irvine.
And Cole's kind of struggled a little bit in that cornerback spot, but right there, you see him and that senior leadership and Cole, his ability to work as a captain, his ability as a player just to work, good defensive that stand there.
I like how he got his face turned around and located the ball and was able to hit it down and hit it away.
And for him, he had a couple of those pass interference where he wasn't looking at the ball. Like I said, get that head turned around, that's key.
One of the best qualities you can have as a captain is setting the example for your teammates. And one thing he does really well is even if he makes a mistake, he comes back better and stronger, keeps that short memory, and doesn't play like he just made that mistake.
Rowan Jordan, the man intended on the play. Watson back under center, 2nd down and 10 from the Triton 45-yard line. Watson pitches outside to Conroy. Javen May, open field tackle, young man.
Way to not get fueled on that one.
Javen May read that play like a book.
I'm telling you what.
He did what he's supposed to do as an outside linebacker.
Javen has got that just that quick, that 1-2 step speed I always talked about, and he gets going. He gets downfield in a hurry.
Yep.
One thing I've been impressed by is Javen's transformation of his body.
Oh, my gosh. He is solid.
He is.
He's like the statue of David. He's solid, man. That dude's a specimen.
Oh, he is.
Landon Lemler switches to the far side. They load up to the left. They're going to run a return back to Rowan.
Double reverse here.
Roman's got the edge. Roman's got a first down. Javen May trying to stop him. Roman gets pushed out of bounds inside the 25-yard line.
Cole Shively was looking for a flag right there.
Javen May making the touchdown-saving tackle here. This is definitely what you don't want if you're a Triton fan.
Yeah.
You don't want the Knox Redskins punching this in before the half ends, especially with a little bit less than 2 minutes left on the clock. It doesn't give you much time to get a return touchdown, too.
Javen May, 8 tackles, 5 solo, 3 assisted here on the night. Watson on the shotgun. Watson wants it. He'll punch it through.
Good tackle by Riley Wood, the lumberjack.
I don't think that was Riley. That was Cunningham.
No, that's Cunningham. I'm seeing the white. Everyone's wearing white out there, long sleeves.
And the freight train will check in. Tucker Worsham.
I love watching Braden Cunningham, our leading tackler last year, play the game of football. I love how he plays it. I love how he reads plays, and I'm a big fan of him.
His pursuit and his intangibles as a middle linebacker. I mean, yeah, he played great at safety, but his middle linebacker spot, he's done a great job this year. Watson on the shotgun. Going to go to McLaughlin. Evan Bryles wrap him up.
Great gang
Landon
tackle
Lemler
here.
Also in on the tackle.
That's what you want as a defense coordinator is you want gang tackling, 11 helmets on that football, and we had quite a few helmets on the football there.
Inside a minute here, Knox only has 1 timeout.
They don't want that. They don't want a lot of time to be left over if they don't.
3rd and 5 on the 10. They're going to have to get going. 20 seconds on the play clock. They have plenty of time.
1 timeout remaining, too, as well.
And right here, Triton key on the quarterback. This is the spot where Watson has flourished inside the 20. Conroy got started a little early. He'll take off, and Triton will stop him on 3rd down. Riley Wood, the lumberjack, said, not through this wood pile, son.
Knox going with the speed option there, and the Trojans sniffed it out quick.
And Knox will use their final timeout with 22 seconds even on the clock. So right here, 4th down. They can't stop the clock again. If you're trying, don't try to go make that big home run tackle. Just slow him down, get him in bounds, take a lead into halftime.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Fundamental play is very, very key here. Letting them score going into halftime. That's exactly what happened my senior year. We let them score on a big play going in halftime, and that deflated us a little bit, and we ended up losing that game by 4 points. So that was a huge, huge play in
I
that
think
game.
they had a game-winning drive, too.
Yeah, that's
We always gave up points before half and before the game even ended.
If you're Knox, like you said, trying to get that chunk play to take some momentum into halftime, the X Factor trying to fire up his home crowd. Watson out of the shotgun from 11 yards away. Reverse back. They're going to halfback pass. McLaughlin up the middle to Watson, and he's got it for a touchdown on the halfback pass.
what a play here by the Knox Redskins.
What a throw.
Pulling out a little trickery here.
What a throw.
He put that one on the dot there.
What a play from McLaughlin.
They had me fooled. I thought they were going straight back to that reverse they got a great gain on earlier, but then they went and pulled the
Philly special.
Philly special.
Philly special up the middle, man. I mean, Watson, that was good hands by the quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Looked like Nick Foles out there against the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
A little more athletic, though,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
just a tad. And Watson will punch it again. Another 2-point conversion converted by the Redskins.
It's the same play. I'm surprised the Trojans have not picked up that on the 2-point conversion.
So 20.5 seconds to go.
Whitaker's not happy.
I couldn't imagine.
Straight out of the Atkins book of trickeration. Okay. We can mention that. We got time.
Oh, yeah.
You know. I wish I went to college and came home to what Hunter did.
Yeah.
You come home to visit me. You see what's on his plate.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how you're standing up here after eating that thing.
I mean, I actually saved a little bit for when I got home tonight. It was a nice, big, thick ribeye courtesy of Mid-Off Farms.
There you go. Hey, I know. I was around those cows this summer.
Yeah.
I was around those cows this summer.
Tell you what, that's a tasty cow right there.
Not surprised. Conroy to kick, dialing up where he's going to go to it. Triton needing a good return here to try to get some points before halftime. Riker lets it go. Back to Mari Snyder. Snyder takes it inside the 15. Snyder gets up to the 20, maybe the 25. So Triton has 13.8 seconds before halftime. And 60 yards to go or so. To get up to the 20? It's a 10-yard return. Onto the 26. Triton has not attempted they have attempted a pass. It was called back on a pass interference. Workman and Snyder trying to get straightened up, and I believe.
Timeout by Younis.
Oh, and I think we're going to get a sideline penalty on the Redskins as I believe Racky was out on the field. Trying to call a timeout. They don't have them. They've used all three. They used 2 in the first quarter.
Can't do.
They're going to call delay a game on Knox, so Triton will benefit, get closer to that end zone. So shy of the shotgun. Goes to Anthony Shue. Shue trying to push it upfield, gets spun around, goes down. I think Younis is going to call a timeout.
If you guys had to guess, what do you think Paul Shively's field goal range is?
I don't know.
Well, we're not in the Mile High City. Not that matters at all over in Denver for points period. But
well, I mean, they took advantage of it last night.
He's still
thin air.
Andy's a little bit mad from last night about.
I'm just mad all season. Let's just be real here, okay? But we've seen him hit from the 40. But I think if you're trying to hit that, get up to at least to that 30-yard line to give him an opportunity to cut it to 2.
He's hitting, I think, 50 in practice.
We watched him. I mean, we saw him warm-ups the other week. He drilled one from 50.
I don't doubt it. I mean, he has quite the leg on him.
But with that wind tonight,
which way is that wind blowing?
Coming from the west. So I mean, it's a strong wind. Not favorable to anything going through the air tonight.
It is chilly out there.
Yes, it is. I would not want to be standing up on that platform.
This is why I broadcast. Roger Grossman told me that years ago, and I've believed it ever since. She's going to reverse it back to Javen May. Javen May's going to try to cut upfield. Javen May on his way up to near the 50, and that's going to do it for the first half as Knox will take a 24-19 lead into halftime. And Triton will start with the football coming out here in the second half. We'll take a break here for halftime, and we'll be back right here on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
Cheer, please come down and get your daughter. Oh, you already did. Okay, great. Good job, parents. Coaches, Brian Long, Dave Caswell, Evan Ash. The Triton 12U football team. Number 9, Lincoln Fear. 19, Keegan Tapia. 27, Justice Hensley. 32, Grissom Burkhart. 33, Chase Collins. 42, Isaiah Brink. 43, Ty Davis. 47, Trey Fear. 50, Matthew Hernandez. 60, Hunter Treesh. 61, Tyler Payton. 67, Owen Holbrook. 72, Bentley Webb. 88, Christopher Crisp. 89, Jacob Irwin. 98, Lex Mubray. Coaches, Rich Hernandez, Kevin Anderson. Now the Triton Junior cheerleaders. 8 and under, Abigail Bradburn, Carly Tillman, Elena Tillman, Sarah McAllister, Serenity Cummings, Blakely Jackson. The 10U, Casey Beatty Hamblin, Addie Bruner, Ellery Everly, Mackenzie Sheets, Mika Chartier, Kennedy Coleman, Aubrey Elliott. The 12U cheer, Hallie Mubray, Abigail Brink, Brianna Lockhart, Leigh Ashby Braden, Teslin Cunningham, Letty Fear, Addie Treesh. The coaches, Tiffany Sheets, Tara Warner, Leah Webb, and Danielle Hernandez. Let's give them a big round of applause. Yes. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's halftime performance by the Spirit of Triton Marching Band. The band is under the direction of David Seal. The staff includes percussion, Charles Lawrence, color guard Rachel Peddle, and drum major is Eli Lucas. Tonight's show is entitled Reflection in the Night. Tomorrow the band will be competing at the ISSMA Invitational at Homestead High School. Drum major, is the Spirit of Triton ready? Spirit of Triton, you may take the field for your halftime performance.
School football fans, welcome back to Friday nights, to pure spirits, to pure sports. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Neidig, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Andy O'Hara alongside me was Tyler Amsden, Hunter McIntyre, Kaden Atkins, Kayden Hummitch. We got Kenny Barnhart on remote support, and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler here for the Triton Sports Network, broadcasting on YouTube in the IHSAA Champions Network as Knox leads here at halftime. Just started the third quarter, 24-19. In that first half, stats going down the line: 10 first downs for Knox, 7 for Triton. Road teams running the ball really well. 36 carries for 213 yards for Knox. 12 carries for 173 yards for Triton on the ground. Triton averaging about 14.5 yards per play. Knox averaging about 5.5. Both teams 3 returns. Knox doing a great job, 55 yards on the return game, but 3 penalties for the Redskins for 30 yards. Triton keeping it clean thus far, but on third down, Knox doing a great job, 5'11", 2 of 3, as McLaughlin and Anthony shoot the two guys up over 100 yards rushing. Guys, this is going to be a big start for Triton coming out of the second half. Yep. I mean, we were kind of watching. I mean, this Hoosier North is no joke. Right now, Culver's beating Pioneer 28-8 in the third quarter. So I mean, and up and down and up at Lavelle, Knox and Lavelle are one-score game. I mean, you talk about some great teams. This is what you're going to get in this Hoosier North. And right now, if Triton wants to have a chance to kind of hang on to that third spot, because right now it's the battle for third between these two teams.
North Judson is up by 7 on Lavelle, like you just said.
I mean, it is clear-cut who the top 2 teams in this conference are, but aside from that, it's a scrap. You never know. You don't know who's going to come out in 3rd, 4th, 5th place.
And the missile takes it inside the 20. He'll try to bounce it up, and he'll get stopped, and Knox handles it well. A little bit of a scuffle there between Renforth and one of the Knox players. They kind of shoving a little bit there. I think Knox just came away with the fumbles. Triton might have fumbled it.
Wayne fumbled it again.
2 fumbles for... But they didn't blow the whistle. That looked like he was up for a while.
We got the replay here coming down. You see Wayne Reichert.
The ball's,
and you see Knox here ripping at the ball, having him stood up. That's what you want to do. When you have that ball carrier stood up, not going anywhere, the other guy standing up need to rip at the ball, try to get it, and they definitely did there, taking great advantage.
So Knox going to try to take another advantage off of a special teams blunder for the Trojans. Now the Trojan defense, rather than trying to fire them up. This is what they need to stand tall. They've done it here thus far. So they do coming out here. Watson out of the shotgun, out of the pistol, rather. Goes right to McLaughlin. The speedster has a look.
Right up the middle.
McLaughlin trying to get brought down by Irvine, who takes him down on his own. First down for Knox.
McLaughlin had great yak yards there, yards after contact. That's one thing he showed tonight, his ability to run through tackles and carry people with him. It's especially impressive, him being a freshman.
Reminds me of Hunter McIntyre out there.
All right, buddy. All right.
17 yards on the carry. Down at the Triton 13-yard line as Knox is knocking on the door, coming out after halftime, after scoring right before the halftime break. Right back to McLaughlin. Gets hit hard. Anthony Shue gets in there for that one. Beast mode.
Anthony.
He can tackle.
Making a statement there with that play, flying down from the free safety
I like
position.
it. I like him on defense. Whitaker's changing it up.
I mean, I like this. In moments like these, great players make great plays, and that right there was a good open field tackle. That right there, that fires up your defense.
Oh, it does.
It's these other players like this guy doesn't really play defense, and he's out here hitting. Like, makes you just want to play even better out there too.
And that for Knox gets you in the mindset, hey, he hits us during offense. What's he going to do here on defense?
Yeah.
Something to think about. Single wide out here to the near side. Watson goes with the counter up the middle. McLaughlin trying to weed his way through and fires his way through. In for another Redskin touchdown.
He's just
bouncing off tackles like a pinball there.
He's really balanced. He's a balanced runner.
He takes off. Maybe he makes himself little in that spot and a hard target to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Good running by McLaughlin.
The combination of great downfield blocks, your running back being a pinball, bouncing off tackles, that's a great combo, and this time it led to a touchdown.
16 carries for 142 yards and 2 touchdowns. As Watson back out of the shotgun, sends a man in motion. He's going to keep it. The same play, and he walks right in.
4 times. It's the same play. You got to start picking up on it.
Triton has not been able to stop Knox in these 2-point conversions.
And right now they find themselves down 32-19 at the start of the third.
High-scoring game.
But for Triton, special teams, look, just hang on that ball as hard as you can. And Wayne was in a tough moment there. And that's a bad moment to be as a ball carrier. You get popped and they're ripping away at the ball. It's hard to hang. I mean, you got a lot of strong guys on that Knox sideline and ripping at that ball.
They're holding you up and they're ripping at it.
When you're stood up, you're immobilized, and you've got 4 guys ripping into that football. It's a hard task keeping a hold of it, and that's one of the hardest things to do in football.
He's a young player too. I think he'll learn.
I mean, and it's easy for everybody on the sideline to say, "Hey, what happened there? What's the deal there?" You got 4 guys ripping away at the ball. You don't know unless you're on that field and getting that ball ripped away at you. And these Knox guys, they're tough.
That's why sometimes your own players have to tackle you.
So 3 plays, 30 yards, used 1 minute and 9 seconds on the clock. So Triton responds here. Workman will shift up. They're going to switch him and Reichert. Now Dante Workman takes it. He muffs it, picks it back up. Workman trying to cut up field, trying to find some spaces. Dante Workman, the mechanic, pulling defenders all the way up. I believe just inside the 30-yard line is where this Triton offense will have to see if they can gain some traction. We're going to set it, I think, the 27. The conference over here is the controller. So 1st and 10 for Triton. Workman, the nice return.
Looks like Knox defense is a little.
Option play left, goes to Anthony Shue, leads him well. Shue cuts upfield. Shue breaking tackles. Anthony Shue still on his feet. All the way through, slips. As he'll get enough for a first down.
Here we get the trademark Anthony Shue stiff arm here, breaking tackles. That's what you love to see out of Anthony. That's how he keeps his runs alive.
And Landon Howard, good pursuit by the big man to
that's why I
get there.
I'm more proud of the big man that's running down the field after him.
And Landon Howard.
The biggest parts about these speed options is those pulling guards coming down the field, making great downfield blocks.
Him and I are about the same size, 5'11", 225 pounds. He was moving.
Oh, he
Jalen
was.
Mays on the outside now as a wide receiver.
Spreading them out wide here.
Shive is going to try to take it himself up the middle, trying to give him a taste of a minute, but what a hit by McLaughlin.
McLaughlin laid the hammer on that one.
2 versus 2.
5'9", 165 pounds as a freshman. This dude has came to play. McLaughlin, very impressive freshman for the Redskins.
On both sides of the ball.
I like this kid.
He's going to be real fun to watch here for the next few years.
Oh, yes. A lot of speed. Strong young man. Good instincts. As Triton sets up 2 wide receivers to the right. Anthony Shue on the right hip of Cole Shively. through the hands of Shively. Shively picks it up. He's just going to fall on it.
Smart, just fall.
Wise choice there by Cole Shively.
Brady Snyder looking for a...
Yeah, looking for a flag.
Wasn't an awful snap there. It just looked like Cole mishandled that one.
You know,
Cole just wasn't ready.
It's getting cold, too. I mean, that guy back there snapping out, I mean, you can keep your hands warm as much as you want, but, hey, that ball coming out there, you got to be on it.
Definitely. Cold hands definitely make a difference.
Always hated that.
It's the worst part.
Hands getting smashed in between face mask.
Getting your toes stomped on when they're freezing cold.
Oh,
not fun.
Man, dude.
Tell you what.
I do not.
No.
I miss it, but I don't miss it.
Shively goes to shoes. He'll try to find some space on the right side, and a nice tackling McLaughlin again.
Like I talked about earlier, going for Anthony's legs. That's what you got to do. You're not going to be able to stop him hitting high, and they've definitely figured that out tonight.
And Triton, 3 and out.
Every time they've taken Anthony down for a TFL or a no gain, it's been by his feet, by his ankles, by his knees.
They're going to need another player to step up.
Conroy and Roman back deep to return. Shively all the way back on his own 20. He'll step in at the 25 and send a low kick as it takes a Triton bounce inside the 40. And that'll be down around the 37-yard line by Isaac Quintana.
It's a nice number there.
Oh, right. Yeah. I remember a guy wearing that one. Fairly quick guy.
Yeah, whatever you want to say.
Faster than me out there. I mean,
well, I hope so.
Now, I mean, I was fairly quick back in the day.
Yeah, come on now. No.
There was some speed.
Yeah,
I'd like to see some tape. Roll the tape.
Hey, I got some eyewitnesses that can account for it. Watson out of the shotgun goes back to Conroy. Conroy running through, bouncing off tackles.
He's just so good with finding the holes and just running right through them and just slithering his way through that.
You know, Conroy been quiet, but he's a guy you keep an eye on. He's a good runner for this Knox team. Only a sophomore, so they got a pair of nice running backs that are young.
Quite a young backfield aside from their quarterback.
And they've done well. I mean, the reason why they're sitting at 4-3, like we were looking down the way, the games they lost were by a couple points.
And even that, they have a tough schedule too.
Absolutely. Watson's going to keep it, and he'll rumble forward. And enough for a first down for Knox. 13 on the night for them.
This defense has to get back. Someone has to be talking to him.
You know, and right now, who's that guy that's going to step up and make that play? You know, it doesn't – I mean, who's going to go and make that hit? Who's going to make that play right now to fire up this defense? Because defense needs to get fired up because right now where you're trailing, you got to make something happen here as time's running out.
See, going back to that first quarter, that was Eastside Lemler making big stops on 3rd and 4th down. I think I would love to see him start making plays here in the second half.
Right back to McLaughlin, and Cam Shiley takes his own blocker and shoves him right back into McLaughlin. I got a yard on the play.
Josh is
swimming out there.
Josh is swimming out.
I'm telling you.
That's a good play by him, not wanting to push off the other team.
Yeah.
And Shiley just picked up his blocker and shoved him, used it as a shield to start a battering ram, trying to push him back. What a play from Cam.
That's good, though.
Cam strong. I wouldn't surprise me if someone got lifted up off their toes.
It all starts with that D-line there. They're the closest to the ball.
So 2 yards on the carry. 2nd down and 8. The Triton 49.5-yard line. Watson fakes with the middle. He's going to take it himself. Getting pushed around. Good pursuit.
Great push by Riley
Landon
Wood.
Lemler.
There's so many blue jerseys right there. They're flying to that ball.
Number 42, Riley Wood, made a great push here in the replay, making sure he got his.
He gets off that. He uses the block actually as positivity to him and makes the block almost seem like he tackled him too.
You know, Riley, we call him the lumberjack. Why? I mean, you find me a lumberjack that can't hold his own out there and how he works as a group. I mean, Riley as a linebacker is so impressive in his style of play and how quick he gets to the football, how his vision as a defender. He's really came on here in this last year.
Definitely. I describe it as fearless. He's not afraid to put his head down, put his shoulder down, go find that football.
Going to go back to McLaughlin, who's going to have enough, I believe, for a first down. They get up to the 40.
Little score update in the HNAC. It is 21-14 North Judson at the half against LaVille.
So you got that going up there. That's the battle for the conference right there.
Who can stay undefeated?
About to find out here in a little while. Battle right now.
But we got a battle of our own right now.
Right now for third place with Triton and Knox. McCulver holding their own against Pioneer. It was up 28-8.
Tonight very well may decide the third place in the conference.
Watson goes to Conroy. He'll try to follow his way through. Spinning away. What a run from Conroy. Good blocking up front. Good yards after contact.
Great move to stay on his feet there by number 5.
This defense has to make a statement here. They cannot give up another first down.
I mean, we know it's easy on Madden Hunter to spin around when you're in contact, but as a runner live doing that, to spin around with players around you, that's not an easy thing to do.
Not at all, especially keeping hold of that ball, keeping your footing. It's not an easy thing, but Conroy seems to have figured it out very well.
It's not something you close your eyes in when you go to turn around. Just saying, I'm pretty sure your eyes aren't closed when you're doing that.
I'd hope not.
I'd hope not. If they are, they have to kind of have a conversation. Conroy gets it right back after the spin cycle he put on.
Right there, that's a good stop by that defense.
So third down, a big third and fourth down coming up here. Players all tied up underneath. Riley Wood, of course, at the bottom of the pile, and so is Cam Shively.
I'm watching that QB sneak. I'm just going to say that.
I mean, right now they kind of own that middle of the field.
Yeah.
We talked pregame. You know, Triton's got to seal the edge at the same time. You've got to be strong up the middle, and Knox has owned the middle of the field all night.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight.
When they're looking for 2, 3, 4 yards, they're definitely been favoring running with the quarterback.
Kind of reminds you of those old Culver teams with Dittmeyer and those guys.
Oh, yeah, those are some big hosses.
They need 2 yards. They'll get them.
Oh, yeah.
Triton stands him up. He might have had enough. We might. We got to. And this might be an unsportsmanlike conduct depending on Triton.
Looks like we're going to be looking at a personal foul here on the Triton defense.
You know, those right there are momentum killers. Frustration penalties.
Thing about being wrapped up like that.
I don't know why you're so frustrated. Do you just got a good stop? It would be 4th and short.
Thing about being wrapped up like that is once you stop their forward progress and you hear that whistle sound, the play is over. You need to let go and try to get back to your side. You can't keep. You have to hear that whistle and turn it off.
Now, I mean, you're in a bunch of guys. You got shoulder pads. You're banging together. I mean, wind blowing through your helmet. Is it hard to hear that whistle when it blows like that?
It is definitely hard
to
hear.
That. I like how Shu just came on the field, and now he's hyping up his defense. I like that.
And Anthony's a motivator. I don't care what anybody says. That guy comes on the field. If Anthony Shu comes out on the field for me, I'd be fired up.
He's rambunctious. He gives a great spark to whatever side of the ball he's on.
He'll fly around. It doesn't matter if it's the right way or the wrong way. He'll be flying around no matter what.
As long as you're going 100%.
Yep.
And the head official having a word with the Knox offense, as they'll be all the way up. 15 yards on the penalty. And Knox is knocking on the door. Watson back again. Since Conroy in motion, high snap, and Watson handles it. And gets through there. I believe Eastside Lemler might have tripped him up.
Yep, it was Eastside.
Shively relays the play to the defensive line.
One guy we haven't talked about yet, Trenton Conley making the tackle there.
Yeah, and Trenton's a guy that you love his effort. You know,
definitely.
Just how he gets fired up. And I mean, he's a great pulling guard, very athletic, very strong.
Very, very.
He's a tough dude. I watched him ride a donkey at fair this year. Handled it well. About picked him up and carried him. Watson goes the fake, and he'll go right up the middle again, and he'll be close. The ball came out late. They're going to say he was down. As I believe they'll be right at the marker. So it'll be third down and just a couple, maybe about a yard or half a yard.
3rd and short.
If you're trying here, you stop breaming deep and down in your own territory. You've been able to stop teams all year. Right now, you got to have that mentality go out. You got to make 2 big stops here.
Oh, definitely. This is a huge stop for the Triton defense. Being down 13 points, you can't let it get to a 3-score game.
And if you're Knox, hey, you get this point here, you're in the driver's seat the rest of the way out.
Oh, definitely.
Right to McLaughlin, and McLaughlin, I believe, is going to have it. Riley Wood, double-digit tackling on the night. 10 tackles for him. Javen May with 8. Snyder and Briles both with 7. Cam Shively, Landon Lemler, and Cunningham all with, Eastside Lemler, Landon Lemler, and Shively all with 6. And Knox, they got, 4 tackles. You see the assist tackles loading up for them here tonight. Good team tackling by both teams. But right here, Knox could almost put that game out of reach. And Watson's going to run it right. Like you just heard Haynes, Watson's going to run up the middle. And that's what he's going to do. Eastside Lemler gets in there and initially makes contact.
That time you just start figuring out.
There's Eastside Lemler. Just like I talked about, having him starting to make big plays here.
He held on to him.
That was a big hit, though, by Eastside. I like that hit. Not afraid to make contact.
I like Tucker Worsham out there on the line right now. He put Eastside kind of – you're going to bounce Cam – you're going to bounce those guys around. But Eastside, how he gets through the line, him and Cam Shively, about 2 of the best you'll see punch through the line. I like shifting Eastside into the interior. Trying to take it away. Watson now. Goes back to McLaughlin and Triton. Eastside Lemler again.
Lemler yet again with a great play here, making the stop right at the line of scrimmage.
Who wants it more?
Hey, final moments here of the third quarter.
He shot out of that position like a cannon, made a great wrap up.
They'll take it to half.
And that's going to take it to the fourth quarter. Knox leads here by 13. Triton, you got to, desperation mode starting to come here. You got to make this big stop here. If you can make 2 stops, you're down 13. It's a long hill. That's a steep hill to climb. It's Knox team who's moved the ball extremely well here tonight.
Like I stressed earlier, there's a big difference between being down 2 scores and being down 3 scores. And Triton needs to make a statement here and make a big stop in the red zone.
And not only that, then they have to come back and do it on offense, too, make a big statement on offense.
Scoring plays here tonight. Knox got those 2 in the first quarter. McLaughlin and Watson. McLaughlin 58 yards out and took it to the house. Watson with the 1-yard run. Both those plays, 9 plays on those 2 drives combined. And then Triton went on a tear. 3 unanswered touchdowns with Shively and Shue both times. Shue scoring from 44 yards both times. And then Knox, those last 2 touchdowns with the Watson from the halfback pass from McLaughlin. And McLaughlin there put in another touchdown. McLaughlin's been busy tonight in the end zone, so as has Watson.
McLaughlin has been huge for this Knox team. He is putting them on their back tonight, him and their quarterback Watson as well.
If you look at their total offense right now, Knox just 2 yards shy of 300 yards on the night. Triton 181 yards. A lot of those coming from Shively and Shue on the ground. They're trying to find a way to get this offense going, but right there, the time of possession, Hunter just pointed out, we'll let you take it.
Time of possession, 28 minutes to 7 minutes. I think you can guess who had the ball for 28 minutes, and that's the Knox Redskins, and that is huge.
They're milking that time tonight.
Yes, they are. As explosive as the Triton offense is, it's really hard to win a game when you've only had the ball for 7 minutes.
McLaughlin and Shue both with over 150 yards rushing on the day with 2 touchdowns. McLaughlin the longest run of the day with 58 yards. So here we go. 3rd down and 4 to start the 4th. All the way down here in the north end zone. Watson is going to try to follow his blockers and get close. And he's going to be about a yard shy of the end. Well, that's some good footage there, Orion. I can see the grass from here. I can see the goal line from here. That's pretty good. The camera.
It looked like Riley Wood there.
Granted, Kayden's running the camera, but the you can see it there. Yeah, see? That's good. You're good. Hey, if the accelerator gives you a thumbs up, you're fine.
Oh, jeez. Had to break out the nickname, huh?
Hey, dude, the other one was almost too long.
That wouldn't take you a little bit longer to get out.
That one was a sentence. I don't think I've had anybody else had a nickname that was a sentence.
That was a Nick phrase, not a nickname.
There you go. McLaughlin trying to punch it in, trying to stop him, but I think it's going to be close.
No.
Long conversation.
I think they're going to call it a touchdown, but I think he got stopped.
Whether or not he made it in, that was a great effort to punch it in the goal line.
Triton saying he doesn't have it. And Triton stops him on the 1-foot line.
Oh, my God.
Cam Shively.
Do you have an instant replay?
Do you have that one on?
Oh. Yes, we do.
Just what?
It was Riley Wood.
Riley Wood, the lumberjack, and they're slowing him down and letting that defense get there.
Monumentous stop by Riley Wood, the lumberjack.
The lumberjack said, hey, this is my wood pile. We ain't going through this, boys.
This is my forest.
We had a host of Trojans bring him down, but Riley Wood started that tackle, and he made sure everyone else knew it. He's firing up that team, going back to the sideline.
All right, 1st and 10 from the parking lot for Triton.
What do? Give it to Shoe.
Right now, you got to move forward. Anthony Shue is going to get it outside. Has to cut up field. He's going to get stopped. He's still on his feet. Strong run. And Anthony Shue is down.
Oh no.
Looked like he was grabbing his hamstring there.
Hope he's okay.
You saw him
that's a
limping
cramp
when he was running, too. It is a.
Hope Anthony's okay. This is a big hit for Triton. I know Anthony's a tough dude, and like I said, you never. I don't care what side you're on or what team it is. You never want to see a player get hurt.
No. Not until he gets up.
And Anthony Shue back on his feet. He's going to walk it off. It looks like a cramp.
Yeah, he'll be back in.
Hunter, you've been a running back. You get those cramps.
Oh man, those hamstring cramps, those calf cramps are the worst thing in the world. They're my arch nemesis.
Hensley and Prater now in the backfield. And Vinny Prater's going to get it. He's going to try to bounce aside. He's got a lot of speed. Still walking through. Vinny Prater's still on his feet. Vinny Prater, the freshman, moving the chains.
Great gain there by Vinny Prater, knocking through tackles, carrying a guy with him for a great gain to get us out of our backyard.
Way to stay balanced, too. He didn't go down on his own.
But Vinny, right now, the big thing for the freshman, you're down there. Keep that ball tucked in, buddy. And
I'm very excited to watch Vinny develop into a great football player.
Reminds me of Anthony so much, just the way he runs and hits and stays on his feet.
Like I said, ball control right now. And Vinny, he's a guy who can get going in a hurry. 1st and 10 from their own 13. Shive is going to try to slither his way through, and Knox sniffs it out. Short gain on the play.
Knox linebacker crew is pretty good tonight, not getting fooled.
They're being very disciplined tonight.
They've held Shively in check, who can usually get off a good chunk plays.
Aside from that big touchdown run earlier, they've really held him in check.
Shoe trying to get stretched out. Riley Wood have an award with him here on the near side.
Get him some Gatorade, get a banana.
There you go.
Get it back in the field.
Drink some pickle juice.
Shively out. Goes back to Prater. Prater's going to try to find a seam. Vinny Prater running strong. It's a couple yards on the play.
Good second down run there by Vinny Prater, holding on to that ball, keeping it high and tight. That's the last thing you want here is a fumble, and he knows that.
So the big 3rd down here for Triton. Dante Workman out left. Irvine here to the near side. Anthony Shue trying to get himself back up and going. Shivey's going to he's going to keep it, and Knox handles it and brings him down. Maybe a yard on the play.
Thing is about running that speed option to the boundary side of the field, you do not have a lot of room to work. So if you're going to make that pitch, you have to make it quick. And he just chose to keep it there and ended up losing 1 yard.
Looks like they're punting.
And Anthony's looking a lot better. Looks like he got it stretched out.
Gaining 1 yard.
So Shively now back to kick. Knox is staying home because they're expecting a fake. Shively will drive it deep down the field.
Great punt by Shively.
And it rolls a long way to the Friday night air, all the way down to the 20. He flipped the field. He kicked it from the 20 down to the other 20.
Yeah, they did.
It looked like
they missed some. Yeah, they did miss it.
It looked like,
saw the aftermath.
Ian Kalkus and Bryles were tied up and thrown to the ground.
Definitely tell the Triton side of the stands did not like that one.
Things getting a little chippy here. 8.5 to go. If you're that Triton front line, you got to start ripping away that ball. You need any advantage you can get right now. But Knox in the driver's seat. 13. Conroy's got a nice run, still on his feet. Now pushing back a couple yards, few yards.
Defense just needs to step up like they are right now.
You need that play because, Knox has time on their side.
Definitely. They've had time on their side this whole game.
So we saw, what was that, 28 minutes before this drive, they had a time of possession, roughly.
We've got Evan Browse and Riley Wood pacing the Trojan defense with 10 tackles each tonight.
And the carry on the play there for Roman. Gets outside, third down coming up.
Some more HNAC sports coverage. We've got same scores halftime, 21-14, favoring North Judson at the end of the third quarter.
It's going to come down that fourth quarter, man.
Glad to see Anthony's running on the sideline.
Anthony's a tough guy. In his attitude, this is a guy that does not want to not be on the field.
No, I bet that is killing him right now, not being able to be on the field, helping make an impact on this close game.
This is a guy that, like you said, trying to get that speed back. And one thing I love about Anthony, sometimes you see high school players, you get popped, you get hurt, you're done. That mentality. This kid here, he doesn't care.
No.
This kid would sacrifice life and limb to stay on this field and continue to play. And his attitude, he has that the right mindset as a running back. It's what you want to see as a leader. Say, hey, guys, I got shaken up, but hey, I'm back on my feet. I'm running here on the side, trying to get back in here. This ought to fire this defense up.
I've seen few people who love the game of football as much as Anthony Shue does, and you can definitely tell that with him trying to get back on the field here. I already know that it is killing him.
And, and I love that, players are talking to him. He's still firing him. Says, "Hey, we're not done yet. You can get back over there. I'm over here. I'll get back in. You go pay attention and keep working." I think you got two. I think that was your first one. I think that was your first one this half. Yep. Watson out of the shotgun. Going to go to Conroy, and Triton sniffs it out and stops it. On a flag on the far side of the field. On the far line judge threw the flag. And I'll stop the clock momentarily. Looked like a hold, it'll be a hold on Knox. Here comes, and I think Triton's going to decline.
The crowd's fired up.
Take the loss of down.
Much to the enthusiasm of the Trojan sideline. It'll end up having 4th and long here, forcing a punt.
Knox with 2 timeouts, I believe, left. Triton with 3.
No gain on their play. It's 4th and 9.
Keep an eye. Time ticking away. 12 seconds on the play clock. 10 seconds now. Knox letting a lot of time come off that clock. Milking it. 3 seconds. Gets the snap off at 2. Watson sends a high kick. It's going to say it's a short kick. Triton, get out of the way. Get out of Dodge, man. Just let that ball. And Cohen Hensley right there. He said he told everybody, get out.
Yep. Peter.
Yeah, I was about to say, that sideline's yelling, Peter, you get out of the way. You do not touch that football.
Oh, my goodness.
And Anthony's back in beast mode.
And right here, you could, Knox has in the mind that he kind of was shaken up, but Anthony Shue at 50% is better than most people's 100%. This dude here,
yeah, that's
he's
true.
Impressive. But yet you still got guys like Cole Shive, but who's going to be that third option to step up here? Shive is going to roll right. He's got Browse in the middle. He's going to leave it up to the top to Javen May. And had 6 points in his hands. Evan Browse was wide open and underneath.
That would have been a heck of a catch by Javen May.
It was right there.
Javen May got down the field. I said, who's that third guy? And that was kind of who I was thinking.
Now, if you're Javen May here, you cannot let that get you down. Like I said earlier, short memory, come back next play like it never happened. You never know. You could have the exact same option, go for a touchdown.
And you just took the top off the defense. Hey, I just lift the lid. I'm going to do it again.
Yep.
And that's not going to be in these defensive backs for Knox. Hey, we just let a guy get past us.
Mm-hmm.
And Shively's got an arm. He dropped it down there. That was 6 points.
I love that play call.
Second down. Shively's going to keep it. Cuts upfield. Shively trying to slither his way through. Still on his feet.
Ball's out.
And a fumble, and I think Knox has it. And the Redskins take over.
That is a heartbreaker for the Trojan faithful.
Appreciate all 206 watching.
Oh, no, Trojans have it.
They're going to say Triton has it.
Nope.
Okay. My heart dropped.
They just.
No, they. Oh.
No, they changed it.
All right.
It's our ball.
He did.
Well, he pointed to the
it.
north end zone. Now they're pointing to the south end zone.
All right. Ryan's got TV 46 with their coverage up there at LaVille.
We need to get going. 6 minutes left. You're still down by two touchdowns.
Clock's running. So first down, you got to get moving.
Yeah.
10 seconds on the play clock. A lot of time being wasted here.
You got to get moving, guys. Get to the line of scrimmage. Snap that ball.
6
5
seconds.
seconds.
5 seconds. Shively gets it off quick, spins away. Goes back to Anthony Shue by himself. Halfback wheel route. Shue's got a beat on it. Anthony Shue, touchdown!
Big catch by Anthony Shue for the touchdown, bringing his Trojans back into the game.
All by himself.
Oh,
he owned that entire half of the field. What a play.
Anthony Shue knew how wide open he was, and that took a lot of composure to bring in that ball. Here's the replay. Great ball, pinpoint accuracy, Trojan touchdown.
Just walks it in.
Anthony Shue out there on an island brings that one in. Brandon Manuel out there, the guy that was the lone guy out to cover him. Shively drives it.
Puts it through.
And splits the uprights.
Right, Redskins nearly got a piece of that ball.
As Triton now trails by 6 with 5:47 to go. Triton has all 3 of their timeouts left. But the nice thing is right there, the time was running out. Shively didn't panic with that. By design.
I was panicking up here.
I'm telling you, I'm Peyton Manning it here. Just
on these QB rollouts.
Andy's up here just
it's kind of hard. You get okay, but that just shows the offensive mastermind that Rodney Younis is. You know, he's been doing this for a while. He is just an evil genius when it comes to drawing up offensive plays, and that was a good play right there. They saw an opening. They saw that Javen May opened that up by seeing how he could take the coverage. Triton's going to attack in the passing game right now because they know they got a shot through the air, but.
Well, Javen May, he was open as well on that play, too. And
not only was there great protection from the offensive line in that Cole Shively rollout, but it was a great reception by Anthony Shue and a great job making it happen.
Shively now. Sends an onside kick. And Vinny Prater's got a hand on it! I think Knox has got it, though. Oh, they're saying Triton's got it! Triton's got it!
Huge onside kick recovery. We'll see what they have it.
Let's wait. Long conversation down there. Triton's got it! Triton football!
Huge turnaround here for the Triton Trojans on their side of the field.
Vinny Prater
getting his hands on that football. Amari Snyder diving for it.
And Amari Snyder, big play for the senior, gets in there and gets the onside kick.
Look at the kick by Cole Shively.
Perfect onside kick where we can go get it. Vinny Prater getting his hands on it. Great job by the freshman so that Amari Snyder can scoop it up.
I was not expecting that play call by Rodney Younis.
Vinny fast and furious Prater all the way through. Do you see that acceleration, man? I'm telling you what.
I thought he was going to catch it.
Huge turn of events for the Trojans. See if they can capitalize.
Wow.
LaVille just threw an interception up in their game. Shively cuts upfield. Cole Shively on his feet. Shively, I think, looks to be shaken up. Gets back up. Cole's a tough dude.
He's just like Anthony.
He loves contact.
Yep.
Oh,
Cole loves that contact.
It's not very often you see a quarterback like Cole who can take contact and come right back and sling a touchdown.
$5:27 to go. Triton's using every moment. 10 seconds on the play clock.
You guys, yeah.
5 seconds on the play clock. Got to get going. 2 seconds. Get it off at 1. Reverse back to Javen May, and Knox sniffs it out. What a play in the backfield there.
Knox Redskins had a hold in the play the whole way. They did not believe it for a second.
Logan Taylor with a nice tackle, the open field.
Sometimes when they run that play, it's like almost like – They read it so well that Anthony should just keep the ball.
Yep.
6.5 to go up at Louisville. North Jets with the ball, leading by 7.
And you don't want to pull it on that reverse because if it doesn't work out for you, you know you're going to get chewed on the sideline.
Grandpa Lumberjack's watching. Anthony Shue's got it, trying to cut back upfield. Shue gets there, but Knox sniffs it out and slows him down. 3rd down and long coming up.
Wow. It's moments you live for.
All right. 3rd and 10. The Knox 29-yard line.
It is make or break time for the Triton Trojans.
Shively back to throw.
Great protection.
Here comes the pressure. Knox sniffs it out. Shively throws a sidearm pass.
Right through the hands of Anthony Shue.
Workman was in the vicinity.
Here's a replay here. Great protection in the pocket for the rushers start coming. Cole Shively rolls out, puts the ball right in Anthony Shue's hands, but the defense punches it out the last second.
4th down and 10. Could be the game right here. Still a lot of time. There's still some time left, but this could very well be it. 4th and 10 from the 29. Shively back to work. Workman, they go to the middle. Snyder led too far in front of him. Turnover on downs.
Shively's pass just barely dropped there by Mari Snyder, just out of his reach. If that ball was about 6 inches further down and 6 inches to the left, that would have been right through his hands for a great gain for another 1st down. Put the Trojans in great position to score.
And you had Dante Workman cycling up that far sideline. He pulled the safety with him.
Surprised they didn't go back to that one play that Cole Shively and Anthony Shue hooked up for that touchdown reception.
So here we go, Trojan defense. Triton still has all 3 timeouts left. They'd have 2 if I was down there, but that's me. Watson's got it. Triton sniffs it out. East side, Lemler. And to bring him down. Appreciate all 227 watching. Andy O'Hara alongside me. Got Hunter McIntyre, Tyler Amsden, Kayden Hummitch, and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network. We've been in for a treat here tonight.
Oh, yeah, definitely. This has been a heck of a game here.
This is moments as a broadcaster you live for.
The breath of the players down the field very visible. A crisp 43 degrees on the playing surface.
This weather update coming from the accelerator. McLaughlin stopped up front. And Younis going to call a timeout. Good stop there.
I like that call in the timeout there by head coach Rodney Younis, getting his team ready for a big stop here on 3rd down with plenty of time if they can make it.
Knox comes to have a word with their team. Oh, LaVille down the sideline. They just put it in. Down by 1. Untouched.
That makes the score. North Judson 21, LaVille
Richard.
20.
Hey, Richard did the little peace signs like Tyreek Hill. Watch it.
Yeah, he carried that one. Richard.
Great downfield blocks by his teammates.
LaVille's down by 1. LaVille looks like they're going to go for 2 with 4.5 to go. Riley Wood trying to fire up everybody here at the Trojan Tundra.
Huge play here.
3rd down and 8. McLaughlin's going to throw it again. Up top. Triton knocks it away. Interception!
Shively!
There might be a flag on Triton. They might call pass interference. Watch here.
Yeah, the replay here.
All 3 players turned around. Shively got in front. Shively was in front of Jordan.
If this play stands, pass interference on the Trojans.
There was. Oh my goodness!
Shively had his head turned around. LaVille and North Judson tied up with 4.5 to go. good stand by Snyder and Shively to try to knock that one away. And Knox benefits on the pass interference call.
Thrown in double coverage there, you really have to be careful with the pass interference.
Triton trying to stay fired up. McLaughlin running through. Triton stops. It stops him there. Clock continues to roll. Inside 3 minutes to go.
The Trojans still 2 timeouts left to take advantage of here.
Riley Wood on the tackle. And Knox definitely in no hurry. 2.5 to go.
Just chipping on to that 32-minute time of possession there for the Redskins, compared to the Trojans' 12 minutes.
Watson. This is Roman in motion. He's going to keep it, and Triton's going to stop him as he gets into Triton territory. And Triton calls a timeout. 3rd down coming up. Triton with 1 timeout remaining.
They need to get this stop right here.
Another huge play.
You know, if you're Coach Whitaker, Amsden, you played down there. You've been in that defense. What's he telling those guys right here?
Hold your water. They might go on 2. Watch the QB draw again. They're going to try to pick up a few yards, but also going back to that pass, they threw a pass on that other 3rd down too. So you have plenty of plays to watch out for. Just play your position, and you know what to do, and you'll get a stop.
Biggest thing here against Knox's offense is that assignment football. Know the man you are assigned to have to tackle with this triple option, and that's the biggest thing here. Being disciplined and executing the game plan. All comes down to this.
The Knox offense trots their way on the field. 2 minutes and 11 seconds.
As this Trojan crowd gets loud.
Go.
The Trojan faithful making their presence known.
Watson goes to McLaughlin. McLaughlin bounces it outside, and he's got the 1st down. That'll just about do it, barring any unforeseen penalty. If you're Triton, hey, you got 2 minutes to go. You still go just as hard.
Yeah.
No matter what. Anything can bounce your way. Crazier things have happened in football.
Definitely. I mean, we saw what happened with the great touchdown pass leading into the onside kick. Anything can happen. Those sudden changes, that's the best thing about the game of football. It's not over until it's over.
Watson goes to work. 1:40 to go. Out of the pistol. Right to McLaughlin. McLaughlin. It's brought down by Amari Snyder. And Triton will use their final timeout.
Big gain there on 1st down by McLaughlin.
You know, I think it could be negative 10 degrees out, and Whitaker's still going to wear shorts.
Oh, yeah.
That's that Gymtown thing.
He carried that over from Gymtown. That's a tradition there that coaches wear shorts no matter how cold it is. And, I mean, I can't speak for him. I don't know if he's cold down there, but he definitely doesn't show it.
Oh, man, it's not cold. He may have ice water in his veins as a defensive coordinator. I'm just saying. So 2nd down and 5 with 1:28 to go. Triton can no longer stop the clock. Watson. The Triton 37-yard line. McLaughlin still on his feet, spinning his way through. McLaughlin is going to take it 37 yards to the house. Touchdown, Knox.
McLaughlin made a great run here. Making it through the line of scrimmage. That jump cut right there is what gave him that touchdown run. Cole Shively had no chance to catch up to him, and he was home free.
And McLaughlin from 37 yards out gets another touchdown, as that might as well, I think, put the nail in the coffin. As Knox they can hold on. They'll improve to 5-3 on the year. Triton will fall to 5-3.
Another final from the Hoosier North. Culver 28, Pioneer 8.
So Culver beat Pioneer 28-8. It's tied up in Laville with 3 minutes and 15 seconds and counting.
The Trojans make a good stop here in the 2-point conversion.
Triton stops, and we got a flag on the play. Long conversation.
Appears to be a personal foul here on the Knox Redskins.
The official says he's having a heated discussion with the head official and the umpire.
He was not happy after that play.
Dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike conduct against Knox.
I love the mental toughness there by Josh Lemler, walking away, making sure he's not a part of this.
And that's that leadership of those guys on that field. And, and I talked to those guys, what do you do here? We get our guys out of the way. Get out of your own way. And that was a smart move by this Triton defense to get him off the field. So Vinny Prater going to take the place of Anthony Shue out there on the return team. That's a 15-yard, so it'll back him up. Trenton Collins going to be along the front line. He's going to kick from the 25. 7-play, 71-yard drive for Knox in that last drive.
Well, LaVille's getting close to that touchdown with 1:40 to go.
So Triton need to look it in here. Special teams has been the Achilles heel tonight on the return side. Squib kick. Workman's got it, takes it up off the ground. Workman going to try to do something with it, going to try to bounce it outside, and he'll slip just past the 45, just shy of the 50. So the Triton offense needing a miracle with 1:15 to go. In this one, regardless of what the outcome is for either side, Knox, you just saw your team that they battle hard. I mean, you've earned this one. Triton, you know what? You didn't have as many mistakes you thought you had. Yeah, special teams was a blunder. We turned it over. But yet there was a lot of good things. The passing game was tonight. They were creative.
Definitely. There's a lot of upsides to this game that you don't see with the final score.
Shively dumps it to Evan Briles. Flag back down on the field, and Briles gets out of bounds. Flag back in the secondary.
I think like holding or passing interference on
Shively looked downfield, had to bring it back.
Shively barely got that one off.
Yeah.
Got the replay here. He had all kinds of time in the pocket.
Yeah, that's where he was going to step up. He had to change his mind. Evan Briles with a nice catch.
Good field awareness there by Evan Briles, making sure he was still open when the pocket collapsed on Cole Shively.
Legal part. I'm not sure what was that signal, Hunter?
I did not see it. I could not tell you. I was looking elsewhere.
I didn't see the signal, but so 5 yards added to the end of the play, following the penalty.
Oh, looks a little more than 5.
They're going to get 15 here.
Yeah. I was like,
I'm just going with what Don was saying.
5 turned into 15.
LaVille, minute 10, they're driving into the North Judson red zone. Minute 6 to go for Shively. And a timeout.
On the Knox side.
Knox. They said Triton. I was going to say, there we go. See, Triton doesn't have any timeouts left. Illegal participation for 15 yards was the call.
Legal participation. Is that when someone runs out of bounds and comes back in?
Thank you. So Triton 40 yards through the air. Briles, one catch for 17. Anthony Shue for 1 for 23.
Oh.
You look at the offensive totals. for these two teams. You know, McLaughlin has the one pass completion for that touchdown we saw. Him for 202 yards for 25 attempts, very impressive. Anthony Shue, 13 carries for 156 yards, and a catch for 23 and a touchdown. 3 scores for him, and 3 scores for McLaughlin. The two guys leading the way with touchdown. Shively dumps it to Workman. The mechanic trying to find some space. Dante Workman trying to get himself back and cuts back in. Dante Workman now works himself out of bounds.
He stiff-armed Cameron Shively.
Yeah, to run over his own teammate there to stay on his feet. The replay here. Good dump off to Dante Workman, the mechanic. See, it's a stiff arm to his own teammate on the ground there. Wise choice to get out of bounds.
So he cut back in. 56 seconds to go. Triton knocking on the door 8 yards away. Back to Anthony Shue. Anthony Shue going to try to follow his blockers. Anthony Shue up the middle and beast mode. Punches it in for 6.
Anthony fighting through the pain, making it through the touchdown.
Yeah.
You see him. He's definitely favoring.
Yeah, that leg. He's still hurting.
Favoring that left leg.
It's a tough dude out there. 23 seconds to go. 2nd down and 9 for LaVille. As they look to be on the 15-yard line. Richard trying to carry everybody inside the 10. So 15 seconds, 14 seconds up at LaVille. I think anybody's got any long time on the ground there. Irvine throws it, but it's intercepted on the 2-point conversion.
Cole Irvine did the best he could there with the bad snap. Couldn't get it down, had to roll out. Fire. Did the best he could there out of a bad situation.
It was a good read. I mean, Browse is right there, but a good play by Knox to take away the 2-point conversion. So 6 points away now for Triton. But 51.2, you got a miracle on that last kickoff. You know, Knox knows they're going to stack the line because they know an onside kick's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Although, you do have fast and furious Prater over here. I mean, you just pop it over top of that line, let that dude just turn him loose.
Tell you what, he's got some speed on him. I'd love to see him get to this ball again. Make a huge play for the
He's looking up. Anthony Shue's pointing right at him. Said, you get there. Anthony Shue trying to fire up the freshman.
See if LaVille makes this field goal.
LaVille a chance to win with 4 seconds to go.
2 tight games here going on in the conference.
Knox all bunched up.
Anticipating the Shively onside kick.
Conley's going to send it the other way. Knox falls on it, and they've got it, and that's going to pretty well do it.
Pulled out a little trickery there with Trenton Conley kicking instead of Cole Shively, but it did not pan out for the Trojans.
Still 40. So Conley kicked it. But, you know, right now, if you're trying, because right now, Knox go out and kneel on it, you've got to be proud of yourself here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
You get down, you battled. You didn't quit.
No.
You know, and this is a tough team. You know, the leadership, these guys here, come back to work tomorrow. Get back to it. I mean, right here, you battled. Right there. That right there, that these are the moments you've got to learn from going into sectional play.
Definitely. Yep. The Trojans faced a lot of adversity tonight, and they bounced back definitely, but just quite short.
And for me in that penalty department, 2 penalties for 30 yards after last week with 7 penalties last week. This week, 2 penalties for only 30 yards.
Huge,
you know,
much improvement on the discipline there. I mean, if we would have had the penalties that we had last week, we would have been nowhere close to winning this game.
Now, Knox won the time of possession, but for Triton here, the big thing I like that just under 9 yards per play, 53 yards through the air. So here we go, the kick up at LaVille. Tied at 21, 4 seconds.
Game-winning kick.
For the conference here. Trying to get everybody set. Another timeout. It's
icing the kicker yet again.
So Knox wins here 38-32 as they will improve to 5-3 and 4-2 in the conference. Triton will fall to 5-3 and go 3-3 in the conference as they get ready to host Winnemac next week. And for Knox, they'll be hosting Caston for their final home game. Of course, sectional draw is on Sunday. As everybody will find out where they go. This was a hard-fought game between these two teams. You know, I came into this one. Kayden asked me on the way over. He goes, "What do you think's going to happen?" I said, "I think we're going to have a good game. I think we're going to have a tight game." And you know, for you guys tonight, even though it's a loss on the scoreboard, nothing you can do about that. But as a team,
Yeah.
Hunter, if you're those guys, you're walking out, you're bummed you lost. Of course, it'll be over after night 'cause you move on. What are you telling those guys as a senior here tonight?
Well, I mean, what I like to think of, there's no such thing as a moral victory. I mean, an L's an L. They took it here tonight, but there's so many upsides to this game. I mean, they bounced back so well against adversity, and 6-point game. That's one touchdown. I mean, one play could have changed this game. And if I'm a leader in this team, I'm definitely telling them, like, this loss doesn't define you, especially coming back-to-back losses. I mean, we have to bounce back stronger than ever and get it done next week.
LaVille's kick is up. And off.
Oh, it hit.
A doink, and it fell off, and they're going to overtime. LaVille and Judson are headed to overtime after they kicked the field goal kick, went off the upright.
OT. Yeah.
Bounced off the sidebar. So they're going to overtime up in LaVille. But, Tyler, we watched this team. You know these guys just about as well as Hunter does. What are you guys talking about down there in that circle right there?
We just got to keep our head up. Man, we got to fix our mistakes, especially on special teams, keep the penalties down, and just come back and get ready to work for next week because next week's WinMac, but don't underestimate WinMac,
And these two teams, a lot of offense here tonight, especially on the ground. 343 yards on the ground for Knox. Triton with 229 yards. Anthony Shue led the way with 14 carries for 164 yards and 4 scores, counting the one catch for 23. Cole Shiley, 8 carries for 43 yards and a touchdown. Vinny Prater with 2 carries for 12, and Javen May 2 carries for 10. Bryles with a catch for 17 yards, and Dante Workman with a catch for 13. Leading the way for Knox, 25 carries for 202 yards and 3 scores was McLaughlin. Watson, 24 carries on 77 yards. And a touchdown with a lot of 2-point conversions for him, and he also caught a touchdown pass as well. So like we said, next week we'll be back as we'll host WinMac for the final home game of the season, of the regular season. And so with that being said, we're going to hang it up here. Hunter, it was good to have you up here.
Oh, it's great to be here, Andy.
I know you're always watching. It's always great to have you. And, Tyler, always good again. Orion did a great job. And
I miss you, Hunter.
I miss you too, buddy.
Even though it ended in a loss up here tonight, had a lot of fun. It was good to have you up here.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Andy.
So that being said, we're going to hang it up here from the Trojan Ton to Andrew O'Hara with Hunter McIntyre, Tyler Amsden, Kaden Atkins down from Indianapolis, Kayden Hummitch, Kenny Barnhart, and the Hall of Famer Orion Lemler. Until next time, remember the Trojan way.
High school football fans, welcome back to Friday night, to pure spirits, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school football.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Neidig, and I just want to say, welcome back!
This is Friday night. This is Indiana high school football. This is your IHSAA. High school sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Neidig, and I just want to say, welcome back!
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
You're good at keeping the car clean. You're good at keeping the car clean.